Ain't no telling what we gonna do. Oh yeah, you go ahead, John. Yo, alright. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Let me make sure I get in the angle this time. Everybody just scoot smoothly to the right from me. What? So yeah, I go by the name Richie Nelson. It's another episode of That's Law. I feel like we don't really be breaking down what's going on with That's Law every episode. I don't know. I feel inspired to just explain. You know what I'm saying? We got different posts, different tweets, and we just gonna comment on the subject itself. Itself. I don't know why I said
Well, you
itself.
passing
You know
me
what
a
I'm saying?
cup. You guys want a cup?
So yo, while we passing around cups, we're going ahead and introduce everybody. Like I said, follow me, Rich Nelson 2K. I go by Richie Nelson. You know what I'm saying? Everybody finna introduce themselves. We got some guests in here. I know y'all like Brian. I've seen them before. What the fuck is them? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we definitely got some guests in here. We're gonna talk our shit. We got the Male Perspective podcast in the building tonight. You know what I'm saying? And I know what y'all be thinking, what I be saying. I be talking hella shit. Like, yeah, bro, you know what I'm saying? This the woman first. But we had the all women episode. I was here. It was lit. So, you know what I'm saying? Now we got the male perspective here, and then
it's just me.
yeah. So yeah, Alicia get to play. Yeah, Alicia get to play the part I played that episode. So yeah, we can go ahead and with them introductions now while I pull the docket up.
I go by Alicia Marie. Gang gang. How you motherfuckers doing? Watch this enough, you know that.
Damn right.
I know who I am. You feel me? You can follow me. I am Alicia Marie Official.
And big shout, my bad. And big shouts to the people that tune in every week. That is real shit. You know what I'm saying?
Big,
You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, I only be having y'all for like 90 minutes, and you know y'all be in them comments faithful. You know what I'm saying? We got some cool shit coming up next episode, but we'll talk about that. You know, my bad.
All right, what's good, everybody? So, y'all know who we are, the Male Perspective. Hey, we got your boy Richie Nelson back on, and this is a new guest for the Male. I'm talking to the Male Perspective show
It's
right
a double
now.
live going
So we
on.
having
Y'all
a
ain't
double.
even know. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
cameras on top
So
of
we
cameras
having
on
a
top
double,
of cameras.
baby.
You know, we
Hey.
just had to make sure everybody like tuned in with us. But yeah.
So this your boy Jay from the Male Perspective.
It's your boy Z, and we back with another video, man. If y'all haven't already, go hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, TikTok, all the Male Perspective Show. Go follow us there. Go follow my boy over here. What's the name of the
Bro,
podcast?
we got shot topics. That's law. We don't really
Oh,
call this a
dang, bro.
podcast. It's a webisode.
Whatever
You
it
know what I'm
is.
saying?
There we go.
It's a
So
webisode.
shoot, we here to turn up, have fun. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully pick your brain. You know what I'm saying?
That part. But hey, let me introduce myself to the male perspective. Hey, you know what I'm saying? This is Richie Nelson. Make sure you follow Richie Nelson. Well, Rich Nelson 2K. I'm all over the place. And this is I am Alicia Marie Official.
Yes.
Bro, I finally got it right. Ryder fucked up so many commercials.
It's okay.
So many
The commercial
commercials.
was great.
No
It
cap.
was the ad.
But yeah, male perspective, that's law, male perspective. We ain't never had a crossover
Let's do
episode
it.
before. This is
Yeah.
I didn't even know it was gonna be a crossover. I remember y'all saying y'all was gonna go live Wednesday, but I was like, shit, they might. But I don't know. They could. Well, what would stop them? You know,
Yeah,
you know.
stop it.
Let's
So we
let's
happen to
do
look
it.
over. Just know we're gonna be focused on the y'all. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But if we
Yeah.
just happen to look over, don't think
Nah, but
we're sparing off in the space or something. You know what I mean? We
I
straight.
feel it.
Yeah, straight.
But but y'all episodes y'all be focusing on like more so like straight up topics and like harping on those topics. So I
Nah,
feel
we ain't
like
gonna do that.
oh for real.
We gonna follow your platform.
No, that's cool.
I
That's
mean,
cool.
we kind of
gonna-
go all
gonna
over
do
the
a bit of
place
both.
too sometimes. We
Yeah.
kind of let
We're gonna do a little bit of both.
subscribers kind of, you know what I mean, the tuners watch in, you know.
Because I was interested in seeing like what was the last thing y'all talked about, like on y'all last episode.
Well,
We've been
what?
on a
So
little hiatus, low
yeah,
key.
it's actually been.
Oh
a
yeah,
little-
what was the last
So
thing y'all talked about?
the last thing we talked about, we actually haven't even posted.
Mm.
So this
We
will
can't-
be an exclusive.
Yeah, I guess
Um,
it is true.
So we had a guest on the last podcast, and
Yeah.
we spoke about family ties. We spoke about several different other things
When do we
in
know
the podcast.
when do you know, when can you comfortably tell a girl how you feel, you know what I mean, without any type of reaction type, you know what I mean, like when are you comfortable enough to be open enough with your girl to tell her how you really feel?
We
So,
talked
yeah, that's
about
pretty nice.
relationships with the parents, like when you can tell or when you can speak with your parents about situations that you went through as a younger person, and it was deep. We're gonna post it, and it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
That's
And
what's up.
for y'all over at this part, at this
Webisode.
Webisode.
Like, yo,
Hey.
you don't even like saying P-word around here, you know? No cap.
Y'all see it as well.
But it's interesting that you asked that. When would be the right time to tell somebody how you feel? And I always have the luxury of having, you know what I'm saying, the women folk perspective, because we don't say female. I know the jaw show couple. We don't say the F word around here because my words is sensitive. But Alicia, when would be the right time that you feel like that you would really say something? Because I know that that
I'm
like
the wrong one to ask something about this too, though, because my opinion is going to differ from most women's.
The fact that you felt like you the wrong one, that's why I feel
That's
like
the
you're
best.
right.
Right.
That's why I was
because
like, yeah.
I just feel like in general, I'm very much like about like just get it over with. Like just be who you are. Say how you feel about everything off gate, because this whole lovey-dovey puppy whatever the hell is gonna end, and who we really are and how we really feel about things are gonna all come out. So like, why are we not just like on this off gate, and then we can just know whether or not we're gonna waste each other's time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like it's just kind of like I would just rather just know like off gate, because I'm the kind like I'm not gonna hold my tongue. Like if I feel some type of way, I'm about to be like, and I'm not even gonna be like weird, but I'm gonna be like direct. Like, why did you do that like that? Like, why did you say that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like. Cause I don't know you. I have to get to know you. So it's like, how is somebody gonna know? I don't want to just take my own perspective in, and you know what I mean? No, like, but you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to like take something for how you would take it.
Right.
It might not even be like how you would take it, and you're never gonna know unless you speak on it.
Yep.
Right.
So just to give you some like insight, basically the reason we had this question is because we were talking, we were chilling, you know what I'm saying? We was like, hey, and then we was thinking, we was like, a lot of us hold in our emotions or the way we really feel, because if we go and be like, hey, you know what I'm saying, this is how we feel, well, a lot of times women will like turn whatever.
I'm also
Pick it up. You pick it
Well,
up.
I don't even want to say it like
it.
that, because that's like the toxic way to say it. But I just
Women
feel like
folk.
my opinion often differs from
Yeah, that's
other
facts.
women.
So when
And
we say
that's
women, we
it.
say as like general as the
Yes,
you know
like
what I mean?
like the
So-
general like.
Yeah,
That's
so
why I said.
basically,
I put the folk at the end, so it's all inclusive. So if you feel
I feel it.
womanly, you know what I'm saying.
yeah,
just
facts.
Come on and align yourself.
But like as a whole, you know what I'm saying, they'll take what you say and then use it against you when you're in a vulnerable state. Or let's say something didn't work out. Well, you know what I'm saying, well, this is how he is, you know what I'm saying, use it against you. So that's kind of why we was asking, like, when is a good time? Like, when can you really do it? Because you don't want to go and be like, hey, man, this is how I feel, blah, 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 blah. And then later on the road, she over here talking to her friends. They joking on you. You don't even know what it is. You just go for a dinner. They tripping. They like, okay, looking at you funny. And it's because she thought it was cool to share how you was feeling about a certain situation. You know what I'm saying? That you didn't want nobody else to know about. And instead of just being like, you know what I'm saying, hey, you can even say, look, I don't want nobody knowing this. But they still do it. You know what I mean?
Stop telling people our last 2
Exactly.
minutes.
Nah, for real though.
I was about to say that sounds like a very specific personal.
Stop telling.
First thing I was thinking about was that.
Like-
Well, first, goddamn comments was Comments is crazy, bro. Comments was like, damn, bro, I thought y'all done brought Kevin Hart on. You know what I'm saying? They was in there.
And it's better than last.
But what I was thinking about was just like I was thinking about it before I even seen the comments, but like when you was explaining that, like, bro, it was a Kevin Hart joke a couple like specials ago. It was like, oh, you told him I ate ass, and like you got to sit there with I ate ass.
Yeah, no,
You know what I'm saying?
dead ass.
It came up, we were talking about it, and it just came
I
out.
mean,
like,
I won't lie. Women definitely do, I think, overshare, especially if that's your bitch. Like, you just going to tell each other, like, everything for the most part. I think you should definitely, like, it's definitely that homegirl's responsibility to not, like, let that be known that information was shared. So, like, that shit is definitely, like, awkward.
I would say the same thing about men, too, though. I think men also do the same thing. Like, we tell stuff that we shouldn't be telling to our dudes.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Oh yeah, see, I don't know from
y'all
that
know that
perspective.
scene in Why Did I Get Married? That nigga had information on the table. It wasn't gender exclusive. Like that nigga had information on the table, but like everybody talked, like for real. And it's just I don't know. I'm that same way. I'm not gonna really share no information unless I feel comfortable
with that
like,
person.
with that person.
But then they came to the question of, can you 100%? Is it wrong to hold certain stuff back? So don't completely open up to to your
You gotta give an
your
example.
spouse.
Like what?
For instance, like let's say there's something that happened in your past or something that you
Vulnerable
physically
about.
have something vulnerable about that you just do not want to
Share with
you know what I'm
No,
saying?
I
That you
mean,
don't
I
want to
don't
share.
I think everybody has like little stuff like that. I think that just comes with like really
Territory.
learning each other and like deciding over time whether or not that person like
Yeah, I feel like it's
you can
levels,
be
like, you know what I'm
comfortable
saying?
enough
Or
to like
sub-levels.
divulge certain information. Like I definitely don't feel like you guys should be like on like day 2. Like, well, so my mom,
Nah,
like
that's
you know what I
facts,
mean?
that's
Like
facts.
I don't think it should be like on that kind of shit, but like it should definitely like once like you going in years and stuff, then yeah, I think like certain things are important because we talking about like longevity and sometimes the shit that happened at some point can kind of like affect
the relationship.
But yeah, so it's like
So you think you should share?
in time, like over time, if you feel
Certain
like there's
things.
some you feel yourself being willing to commit to that person, then yeah, I think like at some point you owe them that to kind of like sit down, especially if you feel like that is specifically affecting your relationship in some way.
So that gets back to the other question. That's why we said, do you feel comfortable open up? Because what if that one thing that you was like, I'm gonna tell her. I'm finally gonna tell her. And
I
then
cry
she
all the
used
time.
That, you know what I'm saying?
cry all
And then
the
she
time.
uses that against you. And it ain't even just
Shit.
been out with the friends. Like let's say she just mad at you one day. You know what I'm saying? And she wanna victimize your
That's
situation.
rough.
That's why I was like,
Bitch-ass nigga be
is it
crying.
wrong to hold it? Or not? The reason we've had multiple people who was like asking about it. So it was like, you know what?
Yeah,
That's a
no.
good
I
question.
mean,
Like,
it is a good question because you shouldn't hold nothing, especially something if it took a long time for somebody to open up to you about. That's definitely not something you should like. You know what I mean? Like that's why your mom's was a crackhead. Like you know what I mean? Like you shouldn't be like,
No,
you know
that's
what I
facts.
mean? Like
No, but you for real though, cause I was just on Twitter the other day, you know what I'm saying, pulling stuff for the docket, and like that was that thread where it was just like, bro, what's the most horrible shit that you done said to a man? Like, and it was just women folk in there like just
Crazy.
tweet after tweet after tweet, just
No, that's
saying
right.
some of the most hurtful shit I done ever heard.
I've
in my life.
definitely said her for
Like,
that shit though.
What's
I'm
some
not
hurtful
going to
stuff you
lie.
said?
I've definitely brought in
Put on
family
blast, yo.
shit. I've definitely put shit on family shit.
So
Like
you,
I've definitely been on some like tell all of them to pull up. Like I don't give a
oh,
like
shit.
like you know what I mean. But it just really be what it is that a lot of some of the most like traumatized men that do end up like divulging certain information, they really play with your emotions like you
That's
don't
right,
have
yeah.
none. And the thing is that like they will try to clown you like you're like some weak whatever behind something, and you're like, aren't you the motherfucker that just told me yada 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 yada? Like don't play with your mother. Like don't like you know what I mean. You trying to make me feel dumb. Like you know what I mean. Like so I've definitely been in that situation, but it still don't make it right.
right.
It still don't make it right, and it's definitely not like no shit that I would just like wouldn't want to do in life. But I've definitely done it.
I think R&B had said, and big shouts to R&B, he had posted status about like we gotta stop reciprocating. You know what I'm saying? Like just be who you
That
are.
energy.
You know what I'm saying? You know, in and out. And then because that reciprocating energy, that's where you know what I'm saying, that's where you become spiteful. That's where you know what I'm saying, that's where you're only doing for the people that do for you, and that's just not how shit works.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
that's
become
right.
You know,
super bitter.
And like the
and
moment
shit
you
like
start, that's where the hurtful things start coming from, because you coming from a place of hurt, so you want them to feel that exact same hurt
that.
without, and you all you gotta do is just say I'm hurt, because a lot of times you just be making people feel hurt just because you hurt. When I feel like
that
if
communication
you,
comes.
right, if you just came out like, yo, that hurt my feelings, like that shit, that took me back a little bit.
She be like, see, that's that bitch shit that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
See, that's where it gets weird.
Yeah, fuck
Because
that.
then once
I
that-
would be real
let's say-
thrown up.
Let's say that happened, and you like, okay, well, you hurt my feelings, type shit. You know what I mean? So now you at a point to where are you gonna be able to trust her? Cause she done said something that you literally thought about for years. You know what I mean? You was like, man, I ain't gonna tell this. I'm gonna wait. Yeah, man. You like, let me tell her. And then she gonna do something. Now she like, oh, well, I ain't gonna do it again. You know what I'm saying? You think she like, oh boy, on Friday. You know what I'm saying? You telling everybody. You know what I mean? I can't trust that. Now at that point, okay, well now you're in a relationship where you trust your partner, but you don't because she kind of betrayed the trust. Now she trying to work to build it back up. But you ain't I guarantee you never gonna trust her like you did before you told her. Ever.
No.
It don't matter how much people like healing, counseling. It's impossible. I mean, it's just a fact. You just always gonna be in the back of your mind.
It depends on
So-
how mentally mature you are.
if the trust ain't repairable, and I might need that gavel right there after I say this.
You might.
Yeah, if the trust ain't repairable, bro, you might want to, you know what I'm saying, you might want to just, total the relationship, because, just like a car insurance, just like a car, like, sometimes shit just be beyond, like, sometimes it costs more to repair it than what it is worth in the first place.
Easier said than done, though.
Yeah, you're right, because a lot of time there's a lot of longevity, but that comes to you personally. Yeah. Like, with all this history and chemistry and all these other classes I got on my schedule that we got between us, like, is this worth trying to rebuild that trust with you?
And that's
like,
the hardest.
And that's like, yeah, sometimes like you really got to make it black and white, because we'll gray shit up just trying to hold on to something. Yeah. But it's like, if you make it black and white, like, yo, is this like, all right, you kind of fucked with my trust up a little bit, but it's like, is it worth keeping based on what we got? And if it's not, just be honest with yourself.
It's still hard though, because if you really, if you really think about it, really how many relationships or how many choices have been made terribly because they tried to make it black and white and they didn't overthink it. Yeah, you know what I mean? Especially in a relationship, like I feel like relationships are one of those things that's almost impossible to just make black and white. Because it's dealing with emotion, you know what I'm saying? Connections, so
logic
much memories.
Is like out the window.
Yeah, you can't. If you just be like, you know what? She tripping. I'm done. You know what I mean? I don't care what happened.
A week later, you like,
yeah, definitely don't.
But I feel what you're saying, because that was actually, I think we actually went over that. I think on the podcast when y'all came was we went over. When is enough? You know what I'm saying? Like, when are you ready to just be like, you know what? Right. This is it. And we went over some scenarios that were like, all right, hey, my boy, you got, like, this girl beating the crap out of you. What are you really here for? Hey, you stepped her, she come, you know what I'm saying? He come back, beat your ass, leave, come back. Nah, like, on some real. Like,
bro, blink twice in the comments. Let me know you safe.
Like,
mark yourself safe on Facebook. Mark yourself
check
safe.
in.
Sure, I think we reached the verdict.
but yeah, just like y'all said, it depends on the situation. Because sometimes it might just be like might be like a slip up of information. Maybe she said something small that you didn't want to get past. Like,
and it depends too on how it come out. Like, was it really like obviously it was wrong that she told her homegirl, right? Mm-hmm. But it was her homegirl the one being obnoxious and ignorant. You know what I mean? Was she the one? You know what I mean? Like, it depends on how, you know what I mean?
She be like, yeah, well, shit, you know, my nigga, he sleep with his ass tooted up. Like, now you like, what? Like, what you talking about? You know, why you telling people that? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then, I mean, I don't know. See, boundaries is hey, for real though, right? Like, imagine you sleep, right? Mm-hmm. Like, on some real. You never want this girl to come over because that's how you sleep, right? Just clear the record. I promise you this is not me, because this is don't look good. this do not look
right,
good.
That was the initial squint, me trying to insert myself in that situation.
Ass tooted up.
Like, I'm just like, wow. That's
but
crazy.
imagine that's your homeboy, right? And he like, yo, this how I sleep, but I don't want this girl to come over because if she find out, you know what I'm saying, she might make fun of me. Y'all at a damn dinner. Y'all, he's got the groups or whatever, and they making jokes on each other. She like, yeah, he sleep with his ass tooted up, and she laughing. Now everybody like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean?
That's that Kevin Hart eat.
Exactly. You never set the boundary. However, is that really something like that? If you thought that was cool to share, you know what I mean?
Bro, she might want to double check, make sure she got a ride home.
Hey, nah, for real though.
You didn't just air me out at Ruth Chris
or some
bullshit.
For real.
I ain't even got my filet mignon yet, bro. You talking about like I'm sleeping? The fuck? Like, bro, nah, bro. Like,
hey, off the record, tell me why I thought filet mignon was a fish. I'm not capping. I swear to God, bro. We went to Captain Bill's, right? I was like, y'all ain't got no filet mignon. It's like, it's a fish house. It's like, exactly. Come on, let me get because I don't know, bro. That's just off the record. I'm sorry.
Now you on the record now.
Oh, damn.
You know, I'd have tried to square out a piece of
salmon.
It was
on
two
records.
I'd have tried to square out a piece of salmon, man. I'd have given 2 layers of square salmon, like, here you go, bro.
For real, though.
Filet mignon, bro.
I swear I thought that's what it was. I still ain't had that. I gotta get
I would have had that shit so goddamn crisp. I'm like, bro, cut this salmon up right, bro.
Char that motherfucker up. I'm like, damn, this nigga made this rare for real, boy.
Then I'd garnish it with some parsley.
It's everywhere. It's almost white.
Bro, nigga, bro, you would have put that shit on Snap, got that filet mignon. Like, where you get that filet mignon?
My boy changing it every time he said.
was some real shit. And y'all had mentioned something about like, you know, saying the first question I asked. I had a thought the other day. A woman ain't gonna never ask you out or like ask you to be their boyfriend. They just gonna say some smooth shit like, you can bring the PlayStation over. I won't be watching TV no way.
Yeah.
Like, that be what it is, bro. Like once she let you move that game system over, like she might as well propose. She might as well hand you a cassage. You are her
once
prom
she let
date
you bring the PlayStation
forever.
over, like cool.
Cause they know what that means. They know what that PlayStation like invite means. Like pun intended. Like bro, like once you bring it over, like it's done. Like you here 3 days at a time, like minimum. Like for real, you here at least for the long weekend. If not the whole week type shit. Like, that's what that is. Like, for real.
Said move the PlayStation in, bro.
Bro, once she say, like, bro, it's like, it's not even you moving it in, because a lot of people will move it in, like, kind of like force it in there. Bum-ass niggas, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We don't really fuck with the homosexuals, but you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about when she really...
Homosexual?
Like, when she really, like, offer that shit, like, yeah, bro, the game system, I don't watch TV, no way. Like, I be on my phone, like, yeah, bring it over.
R&B said women shoot their shot by tricking you into shooting your shot.
Yeah, that's what it be like.
That's
like,
low-key true.
Like, for real.
Yo, my phone died, big dog.
Jesus Christ, my boy.
But yeah, so
yeah. Nah, that's facts, bro. Another thing, just another quick question. I'm sorry, the topic's all in my head.
Oh no,
right?
It's good. That's
so I was watching this video, right? All right. So I was watching the video, and it was talking about like it was an argument. The girl was like, "Hey, should dudes ask you out?" Right? And the girl was like, no, should women ask man out, right?
Right.
And they were like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Nah, the man has to ask the woman out or it's not right. You know what I mean? Or a relationship ain't what's name. Mm-hmm. So this dude responded and was like, hey, well, when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, the girl would walk by, you know what I'm saying, and she'll drop something on purpose so that you go, you know what I'm saying, pick it up, and then you turn around and she would ask you out. That's how it used to be. And now y'all switching it up. So he was like, back in my day. So what y'all thoughts on that? Y'all think a girl should ask her what's name or man?
I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But like I'm also from up north, so like I feel like it's more normal for
Jersey or New York.
New York. I feel like it's more normal for women to just kind of like be like, you cute, like what's up, like what you doing? I like what you like, yeah, like I like your outfit, like what's up, like whatever. So like I think like
Southern nigga gonna clutch his pearls every time, like
ma'am.
Ma'am.
Did she just
that ass they look
Can
at
you
you
let
like
me say
what's
something
crazy.
first?
But like sometimes like I would compliment a man and not even want nothing from him. Like I genuinely just think like you look good today, like have a good day, like and I just like I wouldn't want
I
to
have
say
no idea
nothing
how to
else.
process a compliment, bro.
Really?
Like, for real. Bro, I'd have had a motherfucker gas me. I'm like, man, here we go. Come on now.
That's that light skin shit, nigga. I'm light skinned, so I got hang
Not
out.
you gonna call it out.
She's like, shit, you look good.
See, and I won't even
Don't
like
ever
do,
respond. You just make justice.
And honestly, like it does. It kind of leaves like this kind of stunned thing because almost nobody ever says anything else after that. It just be kind of like thanks. But like it be kind of like what the fuck, like. But I just be kind of like oh like.
Imagine
you
you like,
nice.
man, you fine as hell. You be like, you ain't too bad yourself. Like, imagine that's the problem. Imagine you say the wrong shit.
Right.
Like, shit, you decent.
Right.
I mean, I don't think
we might, you know.
You alright.
Or she like, you what's the name? You like, I appreciate it. Just walk away. Is that disrespectful? And she say you look good. She try to get your digits and you just did. Like,
oh no.
You know how many motherfuckers tell me I look good and I be like, appreciate you. I walk away. It's the same shit.
That's
like,
different
though. That's different. That's different.
Y'all do that all the time.
You've been trained in the dark arts for a long time. You know what I'm saying? You know how to like thank you.
Yeah.
Or not
like
say
myself,
shit.
like bro, I'ma smile awkwardly till I get out the scene.
We
like,
bobbing and weaving on this mother for real.
I know.
I gotta go to the bathroom, take my coat
Shit,
off.
I can't let them have this conversation. This shit ain't gonna end well.
Like,
like, how your day, Red? Nigga, what? Start a nigga. He don't know what he gonna say. Shit, he might snitch on this girl. Shit, hey, she sleep her ass tooted up in there, nigga. Some random shit.
Bro, y'all gotta stop telling each other secrets, bro. Like they told you that for a reason. Like
Nah,
you could tell how timid they was when they said it. They were just, it's just.
This bitch got corns on all her feet.
Like, bro, they took two legit.
Stop poaching.
Yeah.
Now you gotta be a part of the solution. Like you gotta give her a different choice.
Is it wrong?
Of places to go where she could, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you gotta. It's tact is really with that. So it's like if they got something like cosmetically wrong that they are like subconscious about, then like maybe like give them the option. Just like R&B said, trick them into making the decision themselves. Kind of just, you know, like yo, because most business owners have like Instagram pages, right? So if she got coins, like, so it's like, oh damn, she, you know what I'm saying, like. Just be like, yo,
her pedicure is 50% off.
Right. Or like, yo, bro, this lady killing these white toes right here, like, because you on Instagram, everybody doing it.
Just like, make her feel insecure.
Be real.
Make her feel.
Be real. And y'all in the what's name, right?
I never bring it up.
She
I'd never bring it up.
Y'all at the what's name? Y'all at dinner or some shit or a party, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody hanging around. You like, hey, you know what I'm saying? She say some shit, you know what I'm saying? Ass tooted up, right? Are you wrong for going at her? No. Like that's why your baby. I
mean, you're not wrong, but I'm not going.
One of your butt cheeks bigger than others.
I'm just going like home. Like that's.
So is it wrong though to joke back on her though? Like you say some personal shit that way when it's over with. Y'all both did it like this, like you know what I'm saying.
I feel like
you know,
negatives make a positive.
I don't think that works.
That go back to reciprocating. Like you gotta stay you the whole time. Yeah. Like
if that's not something you would already have done, then no. But if that's just how you would have always reacted, then I mean that's just where it's gonna go.
See,
but if you're only doing it because that's what that other person is doing, then we starting the bittering process. You feel me?
Yeah.
I've definitely been there before, and it took a long time to get out.
Yeah, the back and forth, like that's exactly what that is.
I don't know, I'm a petty nigga. I feel like that shit did happen, bro. I'm definitely going back and forth, nigga.
I'll close it for you.
Oh no, I mean to me, I guess that, I mean again, it comes to different people because that's the hard one, bro. Because if she's already telling your business, that's already a step towards.
If you really trying to make me butter the joke,
yeah, for real,
we
for
left
no reason.
Let's laugh. You guys want to laugh? Let me tell you about how this motherfucker, like,
and it don't even matter who groups of friends.
Yeah,
because like if it's
everybody now we both really mad, but at the end of the day we was gonna be mad either way.
Right, but it's my friends. It sound like you trying to like, you know what I'm saying, buddy with my friends, and like, what the fuck is that? And if it's your friends, you really trying to like, you know what I'm saying? You trying to do like Nia Long did Will Smith that one time, like trying to kind of like, you know, like let your friends know you got one over on me. And I'm just like, no, now you need to ride home, like, cause I'm going home. I'm going home. Like,
how do you? I'm glad you said that. This is a serious one. How do you feel?
Hey, big shouts to my style. You know what I'm saying? He in the comments.
How do you feel about women who, if you want to go out with them, they not cool. You know what I'm saying? It ain't fun. But then if you go out with like, let's say they go out with their friends or some shit. Like for instance, let's say you go out, y'all don't drink, right?
I think I would get where
you go out with your friends, you drinking,
and you like woo.
Yeah.
Like,
you come home, you think it's cool. You drunk as hell. What the fuck you drunk for? You know what I'm saying? I always drink.
I had a similar situation. It was like, bro, this lady used to hate when I smoked, right?
Yeah.
Used to hate when I smoked. Like, would really like hate when I smoke. Like I used to, like, bro, I gotta say it 3 times because when I say the next part, like you used to have to like vent about like the smoke, goddamn, like da 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 da. But she used to go out with her coworkers, and she knew she was fucked up. Well, I wouldn't say she knew she was fucked up, but she knew it was some. So and so, they probably about to smoke. I'm gonna smoke with them. Is that cool?
Hell no, bro.
Now we different people now. We definitely grown up since then. But like at that time, I'm just like, oh, it's cool when they do it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's a problem when I do it.
Like I didn't have words for it at the time, but I'm just like, that's exactly what it was. And like, you know, since then, of course, like she's definitely been more open about smoking, like just in general. But I just remember like back then when we was in that situation, like she used to really like, I wouldn't say despise, but it would almost like kind of like a judgment. Until somebody else go about it.
So you feel like that's a problem though, for real, right?
It's one thing it's already fucked up that, you know what I'm saying, if I'm in a situation with somebody and the energy that you give the outside world, you not giving me. Like I understand if you give me that same energy and you get the outside world the same energy that I get,
you do with me.
Right. But
I've definitely had that situation even with guys.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Like, why you don't want to get lit? Like, like I don't understand. Like,
weird energy.
Well, we can't turn up, and then all of a sudden, you know, homeboys getting everybody trying to buy bottles and whatever. But it's like, bro, like I'm lit.
Yeah. Like you won't drink.
What
with
you
me,
mean?
Especially if you
put your hunger on
drink
the table,
with your friends,
but it's just like 2 shots with me, and now it's just like
right.
Especially if you the one putting up the ideas. Like, let's go do this. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never done this. Let's go do this. You trying to spice shit up, or you trying to just do something, you know what I'm saying, to take out
that actually personally hinders me from, like, doing, like, bigger shit.
Yeah.
You know, like, if I see that you giving, like, the energy that I be, not even that I be asking for, but the energy I be having and you don't have with me, if I see you have it outside of our inner circle, it makes me fall back with, like, other ideas. Like, now I don't really feel so good about traveling with you. Now I don't really feel so good about, like, planning dates, because it's just like, I've seen you have that energy, but you don't got it with me. So in my mind, you don't like me like that.
Yeah, is it me?
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and it's just like, but that just because I don't like graying shit up. Like, it be my flaw. I be trying to black and white the shit.
Yeah.
So it's just like, in my mind, it's just like, yeah, you don't even fuck with me, like, because if you fuck with me, then I would be at least on the same level as them.
So how would you address the situation?
It's interesting because first thing in the docket is not speaking on certain things will help a relationship, and it say, no, speak on it every time because they won't take you serious if you bring it up later. That's it. Like, yeah, I'll speak on it at the time because, yeah, if you bring, because I'm a motherfucker that say, like, why the fuck you ain't say nothing about it at the time?
Time ago,
Right. Like, if you done had a problem this whole time, then you should have brought this case to court, pun intended, the whole time.
No, it's
that was me.
I'm saying, like, what is going on? Yeah.
So how would you handle it?
I feel like I've been in both, like, on both sides. Like, I feel like I'm typically always the type that will speak up when I see it, right? But then I've definitely been in situations where speaking up when I see it made it seem like I was a problem or like a nag or, like, you know what I mean? So then trying to maybe think like, okay, like, maybe I'm tripping, I'm going to fall back and kind of like whatever. I feel like then it turns into, if I bring it up later, it ends up being held against you. Like, well, why you didn't say it before? And it's like, okay, so then, you know what I mean? And I think it all ends up really being about who it is that you're dealing with, because I found myself dealing with people that, like, knew what they was doing when they was doing it, but just didn't want you to say nothing on it. But then it was like, once you blow up after you've seen it happen time and time again, and you're like, I'm just trying to be cool because I don't want to be a nag and whatever. But now, like, we on four episodes of the same fucking shit, and I'm like sick of this shit, and it's like, you know what I mean? And now it's like, well, why you didn't say it the first time? Well, motherfucker, because you told me. You know what I mean? And then it just, like, you know, so I think, like, if somebody makes you feel bad about speaking on how you feel, that's just that should be your red flag at that point. That's not who you should fuck with, because nobody should really, like, call you a nag for being like, hey, I don't really, like, appreciate the way that you, like, you know what I mean? If you feel like that's nagging, like, that's some shit, like.
Would that be your same advice for someone who's been in a relationship long term?
It depends, though.
Because short term, you can be like, you know, that's a red flag. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. Well, but let's say the person, girl or man, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, or, you know what I'm saying? Let's say.
We all inclusive.
Yeah, for real. So let's say spouse.
We fuck with all the alphabets.
Let's say that spouse.
You know what I'm saying?
So let's say
we Barney and friends over here.
Yeah.
If you will. All the alphabets.
Yeah.
So let's say your spouse, right? They on some, like, let's say they do this shit, right? You bring it up. They got a problem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real, right? So you bring it up to them. Well, they like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't like this, blah, blah, blah. You tripping, blah, 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 blah. So with somebody young, or y'all just starting a relationship, okay, that's a red flag. Yeah. What about in a relationship where they didn't do it before, but now later on in the years, well, now you see that, okay, well, now they doing it with somebody else, and you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to give him or her they space, you know what I mean?
Nah.
Hey, what is your thoughts on that? Like, is it different if it's been long?
Well,
so,
it varies on the different what's name, but
some people bring certain things like
that shit just weird, right? Like,
that's why I was saying, like, if you not doing something with me, you don't like me like that, because if I don't bring that.
I feel like certain things, it should just come out of people. And I think if you have to, like, beg for it or ask more than once, because sometimes I don't think it's necessarily a problem to bring it up, because sometimes it's just something that maybe that person don't even fucking know that they do or they don't do or whatever the fuck. I don't think it's nothing wrong to bring it up once, but it's like, if it's been brought up, it's been properly addressed, and it didn't happen again in the same way that you, like, have clearly said it don't, like, it's just kind of one of them things that it's like, I'm not gonna keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Right.
Like,
but I think that's hard though, because I know with me at least, like my lady, she can bring some shit up, and I listen to it. Like, okay, I'm taking that in, and I try to correct it. But men, I know we're not always in the moment, so we're not always thinking about the shit that we're doing right then and there, and it can be an issue for her, but I'm not thinking about it right then. So sometimes I need like that little push, like, hey, you doing that shit again, you need to calm down a little bit. I'm like, all right. But I know with women, folk, sometimes it's a little different. Like, because women folk, they're majority of the time they're in the moment. So
they seem like they're in the moment.
Or they seem like they're in the moment. Because we don't know. I'm a man.
Only looking through our eyes.
She's a woman.
Yeah. They seem like
she's a woman folk. Yeah. But nah, from our perspective, it seems as if
pun.
So from our perspective, it seems as if women are always constantly thinking about that emotional piece, like what their feeling is in the moment right then and there. So I mean, but me, I know I don't always try to do shit wrong, but sometimes I'm doing shit wrong.
Shit, can you be mad at somebody for not saying something though?
Yeah, absolutely.
If I'm doing something over and over again, like let's say she got a cup sitting here. Every time she put her cup here, I put it right there. I do this every damn day, right? You got a problem. You ain't never said shit though, right? So then today, I pick your cup, put it right here. You like, what the fuck wrong with you? You know what I mean?
And you like,
yeah, like what the hell? Like, what's wrong?
For whatever.
Oh yeah.
Justify me on my end. You ain't never say nothing. You know, how was I supposed to know? You know what I mean? Vice versa. She going out having fun with her friends, and you ain't saying nothing. You know what I mean? So then when you say so, well, what you tripping about? I've been doing this, blah, 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 blah. Exactly. That doesn't make it right. But are you wrong? Are you right for blowing up on the person or vice versa?
You're not wrong.
Sometimes, though, it's like, sometimes it is a build-up. Like, when you talk about going out with her homegirls and stuff, maybe you didn't give a fuck the first 2 times she was going out with her homegirls. But then maybe after a while, it was like you realized that she always fucking going out with her fucking homegirls. And then you like, oh, wait, hold up. Like, this is kind of a lot. Like, you know what I mean? In that regard, then I don't think it's a problem, you know what I mean, to wait because truthfully and honestly, you didn't have a fucking problem in the beginning. You know what I mean? And now it's just kind of like I'm kind of noticing like this is kind of like a lot. And like, right, like I don't mind you doing like whatever, but like you doing a lot.
Like, that's when you say something like the moment, like you're no longer okay with it.
But if from off gate you had a problem with her going out with your homegirls, and you just trying to be the cool guy and whatever, then you really playing yourself at the end of the day because you know off gate you don't fuck with it. And you letting it happen anyway.
You should at least say like, look, I mean, I you know what I'm saying, I understand the fact that you want to have fun. I don't feel comfortable with it.
Be real though.
I don't
be
feel
real.
With you
having fun
we don't want to have them conversations because 9 times out of 10 when we do, it's going to turn into an argument.
Only if the person cannot communicate.
Which majority?
People. If the person cannot, because let me tell you,
like, can't communicate though, but the communication is just aggressive.
That's not being able to communicate.
Like
that is not being able to communicate.
You know what I mean?
That is not being able to communicate though, for real, because it's like, why do you have to yell every time we talk? Like,
it sounds like they
you know what I mean?
Like,
that's still too much. It should literally be like, as long as you're being respectful. It should always, a conversation should always be allowed, especially if this is someone you're in a relationship with. It's like the second, if I feel like I'm being attacked, then I'm not gonna speak on nothing. And when I don't feel like I can speak on something,
it's an issue.
I can't really control where I end up going, like mentally and all of that shit, because it's like I don't feel like I can talk to you. So I'm about to shut down. I'm about to distance myself. I'm about to kind of like cool out. Like I don't really know what to talk about because I can't talk about what I really like, what really affect me. You know what I mean? So if I can't talk about what really affect me, I don't really want to share all this other shit with you neither, because it's like, you know what I mean? Like I can't like.
So the question would be, you yourself, right? Individually, how would you handle someone who can't communicate? That person always is like, well, you just tripping, it ain't even that serious, blah, 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 blah. Almost like they want to argue, you know what I mean? Every time. How would you handle that? Not saying, you know what I'm saying? Other than white and black, and you was like, man.
No, it is white and
the
black
road.
because it's like
In that regard, it's
Like, you
white
gotta
and
choose
black
it,
because
yeah.
I have tried in many different instances of my life, like to be cool with shit like that or to be understanding with shit like that or whatever. And really, all it ends up doing is making you communicate like that because they can't hear you unless you yelling just as loud as them.
Yeah.
And then it ends up making you hella aggressive because it's like one of those things where it's like you literally can't get nothing across unless you're like talking them down through everything.
Pretty
And then
much
by the
that's
time
what's
they're
on
willing
next
to listen to you, it's like you're so drained from trying to talk them down that you don't even give a fuck about trying to talk about anything that like is, in my experience, that shit don't work.
So you don't think it's a way for someone who can't communicate to learn how to communicate for the relationship?
I think it's their own want.
Yeah.
No one can make you want to do
But see,
some
that's what I
shit you
said.
don't
So
want to
you know how
personally
you said
do.
like it just ain't gonna work, right?
Mhm.
What if this person you want to make it work, and maybe they want to make it work? Again, they're not good at communicating, so they need you to help them try to make it work.
It's
How
not
would you go
fair
about that?
though to make somebody else hold that burden for you. You know what I mean? Like at some point in our lives, we have to take
Grow the fuck up.
responsibility for the shit that we are not doing right and find a way to make it better on our own because literally nobody owes us. Like once you out your parents' house, your mother don't even owe it to you to help you like build your emotional state up and all of that. Like you really have to decide who you want to be, and if you feel like that person is worth not losing enough or not, you know what I mean, like putting like distance between or whatever, you're gonna find a way to stop. But you got to be sick of you in that state. You have to really be sick of you in that state and just ready to kind of like put that pride aside and be like, look, bro, like this kind of feels dumb, but I'm about to, this how I feel and this whatever, you know what I mean? And then eventually it just kind of like, you have to kind of put yourself in like places that make you kind of feel small, but not on like a demeaning note.
So your advice would be let them do just that wouldn't be the best situation to be in. Remove yourself and let them grow up. If they grow up, then maybe work on it, but they're not going. Is that pretty much like the gist of what you're saying? Like and no matter what you do, how much effort you put into it, they're probably not going to change. So it's best for you to remove yourself from that. And then if they decide they want to grow up, then maybe later on in life y'all can reconnect. But if not, that person is going to have to heal or go through whatever trauma, whatever it is that's causing them not to communicate, right?
Maybe
Yeah,
that's
I
what
think
it
I think a
all-
lot of
Yeah, that might be
breakups-
like what timing is. Like maybe they're like if it's meant to be, it'll come back. Maybe that's not the exact situation, but maybe that's one of those situations that depend on. Like if it's meant to be, it'll come back. Maybe that is meant to be, but that person got to do some growing up.
Yeah.
That person. It's not that like the theory is there, but it's not practical yet, and they got to go get some distance in order for it to be practical. That's why distance, personally, is important. But
What if
now, before we go forward, hold on. Let me talk about the
Yeah,
comments.
for
So
real.
yeah, I'm gonna harp on how distance work because I was saying last episode that you gotta sometimes you need distance to forgive somebody to go
Heck yeah.
and to go back to somebody and type shit.
It's
But
also
then
important on how you bring up the conversation because if
Oh, yeah.
you're bringing up the conversation in the wrong manner, of course that person's going to respond in the wrong manner. So
yeah, and y'all was talking
It's
about
about learning people too
yeah.
and how they respond to shit.
and y'all was talking about like longevity. There's some comments for some kind of longest relationships. So my styles was saying people don't all hold on. No, some things aren't big enough to bring it up, and that was the first thing in the docket. Pick and choose your battles, which I totally agree with.
Yeah.
Like if it don't bother you that much, there's no point speaking on it. My styles, and these are all both people from the Honey Grand Jury. I feel like I ain't say Honey Grand Jury this whole episode. That's crazy. My styles was saying only speak on what's important to you. Basically, what I was just saying, and don't make everything important to you.
yeah,
That is actually something that's pretty big.
I think not taking things personal too, bro. Like I
Right.
think sometimes we take things so personal in other people, and it's really just like their own like shit, their own personal like trauma, their own personal response to things, and we're automatically like, oh, like she responded to that, so she must think this of me or whatever. But it's really like, nah, like she's just like triggered, or he just triggered, or whatever. But that all goes back down to communication.
R&B said when we was talking about like, I think we was talking about like conversation and making a compromise. He was like, I always listen to what she says, but it's up to me to compromise. You know, saying maybe I do want my shoes in the middle of the floor. and I wouldn't
That's
put
a
it.
pride thing.
I wouldn't put it past R&B for that particular situation, but I think I get what you're saying. Like, just like you pick and choose your battles, you also pick and choose your compromises.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? If that compromise is really finna like deal with you as a person, because piggybacking on my story, like I could have just stopped smoking. Yeah. Who the fuck was gonna do that? You know what I'm saying?
Because it's something that's like petty. It's not hurting nobody.
Exactly.
It's just something that you just like. But me doing it is not gonna affect you or like your life in any way. So it's just like, let me be me in this way, and you just
that,
like.
Even beyond that, she's going out to do it.
That's weird. That's weird. That is weird.
Yeah,
that's hella weird.
My style's better. He said, "You cannot give a damn about everything that bothers her, but still let her speak her mind."
Same thing with guys, though.
I feel like the presentation was rough, but it's just like I think what he's saying is just like what he's trying to say, and he might even be saying it how it is, but it's just like don't take every problem she has personal. Maybe they just general problems. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not gonna lie. I understand it in the perspective of like, I have been with guys that end up becoming very, very jealous behind me. Yeah. And I know that if I decided that I'm gonna deal with
you just gotta leave
man,
the rappers alone, man. They not fucking with you. That's what it is.
But it's like
that's what it is. You just gotta leave them rappers alone.
But no, but I don't fuck with rappers at all. But fucking
She Meek Mill and all of y'all, goddamn it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look.
Nah, but for real. And what it is it's like, fuck, I forgot where I was fucking going with it. I forgot where I was going with it. Oh yeah, no, but okay, where it was like I know that I'm not doing nothing wrong. So it's like sometimes I feel like I do bypass a man's emotions because if I feel like, okay, like we've been together a certain fucking amount of time. You should know by this point I've never done anything crazy to you. I've never lied to you. I've never fucking like cheated, whatever. But men just like, and in my line, like I mean, I'm an artist, so I go in places and I'm supposed to, hey, how you doing? Whatever. I know the lines and all of that stuff. But it's like, you know what I mean? If you are automatically upset because I'm smiling in people's faces and all of this, but I have just proven to you that I'm going home with you every time. There's never people hitting up my phone on no weirdo shit. And if it ever is, I'm like very open and stuff about it. I feel myself kind of becoming kind of like insensitive to those kind of reactions because I end up being like, bro, I proved myself. I don't want to hear that shit.
So I think
like, you know what I'm doing. I don't have to, like, you know what I mean?
That openness that you were talking about, I think that's important. Like, if you're with somebody, if you're with somebody and they're not, like, open about situations and it seems like they hiding shit, like, I think that's where the man come in, like what is it that you're really doing?
I have to be weird about addressing that.
Yeah, and sometimes it could be the man. I mean, sometimes it
could be an insecurity.
Insecurity.
Like
because sometimes I just be like, why you didn't just ask me?
Like, yeah, you're right.
You know, like why you didn't just say
we feel
like
stupid for asking. That's how stupid it is.
Yeah.
Like, where we are literally upset because you held in it. Like you were like the hug was just a little too long for my liking.
Nah, for real.
But I feel so dumb for saying those words. Like,
but if you gonna feel salty about it for days, why not just say it?
You're right.
But also sometimes when we bring up,
what if you don't want to bring it up because
sometimes
it might happen? Like if you bring it up now, then maybe she ain't gonna drink. Y'all ain't supposed to be drinking, but every day you see it's a shot glass here. It ain't nothing in the shot glass, right? But you like, okay, well I'm gonna wait another day or two because if I say why is this shot glass here, she gonna be like, man, I just took it out. I'm gonna have to do something with it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I want to see if you gonna pour some damn liquor in the shot glass and drink it. But if I say something now. Well, now you ain't gonna do it. Now you alert. So you ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying?
But then what if she never pours liquor in the shot?
But see, that's why you get weight to do it. You can't.
Trust but verify.
You lost me. I'm lost.
All right. Back to Texas.
I'm lost.
Back to Texas. Let's say
I was lost in shot glass.
It was an analogy.
Because I've been drinking. I've been drinking. So you lost me in shot glass.
Basically, look, you text. She got somebody text you. It's weird, right?
Okay.
Maybe they text something like, "I'll see you later." Right? Well,
and you just peep it.
And
but
you
like,
don't
say like nothing for real.
But you like, I don't want to say nothing because I kind of want to see where it's going to go. I want to see if she going to shut this nigga down. Right. If she not going to shut him down, well, then that's why I'm coming.
Or I want to see like who it is. Yeah. Like if she going to tell me about it or whatever.
But if you go and say, hey, why you texting this nigga this? What is this supposed to mean?
I can't verify.
Well, what you know what I mean? That's not
Sometimes you can call it
I
out.
wouldn't say nothing. I wouldn't say nothing.
Yeah,
I start
exactly.
building my case.
Exactly.
I start building my case.
What the hell?
It's
What the
time.
hell?
It's time because I have made
But
the mistake of addressing shit
Yeah.
prematurely.
I feel
Because,
that.
like,
I do
yeah,
feel that.
Sometimes you can address some shit prematurely and you will alter the
Later
behavior.
on, find out that
When
you was
the-
right.
Yeah.
when they would have showed
Make them better liars.
Right, they would have showed
For
they
real.
themselves.
And
Had
she
you
was
just
smiling.
sat there.
Hey, look.
Had
No,
you
No,
sat
because
there
I've
a
done
second.
it to men.
Right.
Like, I've
Had
helped
you
men
sat
become
there a
better
second,
liars.
like, bro, had you
Because I've been like,
Because men are emotional, bro. Men
That's
are emotional,
right.
and as soon as they see some salt in the water, bro, they're gonna address it. When all you had to do is like, hold on,
Just wait. Just
Right.
wait.
it's salt in the water. Where the shark at?
Like, I'm gonna see
Nobody-
But
we never
sometimes
asked-
it's
yeah.
really nothing, and sometimes you just be like,
Right, but
what's
if it's
that?
really
And it's just
sometimes,
like,
but we
look.
gotta
what if it's just
verify
a good
that shit.
liar? So like you just said,
Right.
you just did a giggle. We saw that.
But I didn't
We
get
saw
it because
that.
I made men that way. I feel like I'm the type.
Yeah,
I'm really
address it right
bad.
then
I'm
and
the
there.
type that like, if you was talking to me and not talking to me, like I would literally just be like, yeah, that's why I'm talking to somebody else. Like I'm literally like I don't mind out
We gotta speak on
myself.
this whole too
I
long,
don't
'cause-
mind
'cause
out
my
myself.
style just said my kid's mother hugged a guy too long,
Shit.
and I don't know if I was supposed to read this out loud. Let's see
No
what's
way
up.
that's happening, bro.
When I
It's on
realized
there.
she, like,
It's on
that's
there.
when I realized she had slept with him, and that's when I realized she had slept with him when I was in jail.
That's a
How
big
did
jump.
you notice
I get
that?
That's a big jump.
Drake
You
said, and
know
I
that
them type
because of
hugs.
that?
That's a
Same
big
shit I
jump.
give, bro. Same shit I give to women
She was
when
like,
I
that
know I
sucker
used to
dick.
fuck.
I knew it.
Sounds like
I
a sucker
knew it.
That shit, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, those too long of hugs, bro, because, bro.
Nah, so that is a
That-
fact.
that
I think
is-
every dude should set
And I
that
was
back
just,
at
and I,
least.
yeah, that's
And
when
to
you
an
should just-
extent.
Yeah.
'Cause be real. You got the little hug on the side, like what's going on. But then if you embracing a whole, you know what I mean, chest to titties to chest.
But
bruh.
that's inappropriate,
Nah, bro.
regardless if you're a man like standing like that's crazy.
Two
That's
arms.
like, why the fuck did this bitch just tell me to take care of you?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's weird shit to say. That's
I feel
weird
like that's
shit.
the equivalent of like you got a good
That
girl.
way.
No.
you got a good girl. Like, bro, that whole pat in the back, like, bro, she a good one. She a good one. Like, what the fuck you mean? She a good one.
What you
Nah, that's fact.
mean?
But I mean, that's a hard one, bro.
Yeah.
Cause I mean, like
I don't know,
I'm a musician. You know what I mean? I'm a tattoo artist and I'm a barber. My job is to socialize. You know what I mean? I might look at you, I might smile, I might even flirt with you, but not on that level. It look like I'm
Just
flirting,
to-
but I gotta do what I gotta do to get you.
That money.
Charming.
Yeah.
That's like the difference.
Charming, yeah.
Charming.
But I'm on a, hey, I'm married, you know what I mean? And it's my girl, blah, 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 blah. It ain't none of that, because I'm one of them dudes, hey, baby, look at this girl take. She crazy, look at this. You know what I'm saying? All she said was, hey. Ain't nothing crazy, you know what I mean? I'm that type of dude. So if
People
I put that
thirsty
energy
too,
out,
and that's why they eat that up.
exactly. I guess I expect you to do the same thing. You know what I mean? But I understand you have to do those. Hey, how you doing? I gotta look at you. I gotta make you know that I'm looking at you because that's the way for me to get my clientele. Nah, I ain't on that type of time. If something ever happened, I'm shutting it down. You know what I mean?
Right.
Nah. But it's my job. I have to be friendly. I have to be open. I get that. I mean that's how I am. Shoot, I'm open. I'm y'all see how I'm nigga in here loud, boy. This is me. You know what I mean? That's my personality. But you can't take it.
You friendly in general, like just as a
Yeah,
person?
you should be. Yeah. I think you can be friendly.
Nah,
but
See,
it's
me
weird.
personally, I don't
It's
think I am.
different when
And I
a
feel
woman
like-
do it, and that's just us
Yeah.
being what is it? Double standards. I mean, it's a fact. It's just weird. So for you, you know what I'm saying? You friendly, whatever. But if a dude do it to a certain level, like maybe even the same level that you do, you know what I mean? Let's say he talking to a girl or whatever, and he like, hey, blah, 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 y'all laughing or whatever. At the moment, you probably gonna be like, fuck that nigga doing? And maybe later on, y'all can figure out what's going on.
I think it just depends on the backbone at
It's
the
hard,
end of the day.
yeah, it's a hard
because the thing is, then it definitely
that's
leads
facts.
to other places because it's like
But what if you're a rapper?
What do you
though?
mean backbone?
But does she mean like he has no reason
you not
to be?
folding over every bitch because she just in your
Yeah.
face. Like for instance, like there are hella men that will come in my face like every time I go to an event.
Yeah.
Always, oh you so pretty, or like yada 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 yada. Let's talk. I want to whatever.
Yeah.
Like I appreciate you, but like I'm busy, or like I got
Yeah.
whatever. Hit me. You want a feature? Hit me if you want me to perform. Like yada yada. Like I know how to cut it off. I don't be like, oh, you think
PayPal
I'm
ready,
pretty?
y'all.
Like you know what I mean? Like I don't like.
Be PayPal ready.
Like
for the
you know
feature,
what I mean?
okay?
Like I don't be falling into that. Like oh, do you really think that I'm pretty? Like I don't give a fuck out of like it's just like no,
Nah,
thank
it's
you.
straight
Like,
business. What
and
you-
I think
yeah.
some guys gonna be like, oh, word. like, you see my chain? You know what I mean? Like, and it becomes
but that makes
so,
sense. That sound like a nigga that's old, that phone ever, everything she
yes,
needs.
the motherfucker in the Maury room, in the goddamn, on the couch.
With decoy?
Yes.
But what if he doing
Motherfucker
that?
had the decoy
Niggas
for
used to
20 years, and for 20 years, motherfuckers was falling for bitches on the couch.
Decoy used to do too much, bro. Decoy was doing too much. It's time to speak up.
What if he
Decoy was
doing that?
doing too much.
What if he is like, yeah, you know, yeah, my chain, you know what I mean?
Then
shit,
projection is real,
blah.
bro.
But he really ain't on that type of time. He's still all about a bag. Cause I mean,
I think that's what really matters. The show is the show, but who you are is
I
who
can
you
talk
are.
to
Women
you.
folk.
All right,
Women folk.
Yeah. Oh, my bad, bro.
Yeah.
WF.
Yeah, double. It's a double feature.
Yeah.
It's double.
So let's say, you know what I'm saying. And that's why we say the role is different if you're a woman or if you're a man. See, for you, right? And this is generally speaking, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say I come up to you, I'm like, oh, you look pretty, blah, 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 blah. You can shut me down. You know what I mean? And you probably still get that same booking with the dude that you shut down. Just because you're a woman. You know what I'm saying?
I've had
it ain't really well, you know, okay, well, I'm going to keep proceeding. Yeah. You know, let's still
I've
do
had
it.
things
the
change.
stove on.
But let's say...
I think you finna cook.
Yeah, for real, though.
Oh.
But now, let's say I'm a man, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now the girl come up and she like, oh, you look good. He like, you know what I'm saying? I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Or I got something to do or whatever. You are not getting that.
Does not happen though.
Huh?
That almost does not happen unless
Bullshit.
she really looks bad. If she looks bad,
It
that's
all
when it
depends on like
happens.
where she at. Like,
But if she looks any type of remotely good, that does not.
But what
happen.
I'm saying is that's why we have to go sometime, have to do that extra mile. It's like hell yeah, you like my chain, you know what I mean? Whereas you, okay, why are you doing it? You ain't got to do all that because in your eyes, you don't have to do all that. So you're not going to expect him to have to do all that. You expect him to do the same thing as you. Whatever. But I know if I go blah, 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 I'm not getting that feature. You know what I mean? But if I'm like, yeah, I like my chain. Yeah, you look good yourself. You know what I mean? You don't know what thing, but you have to do
But
what you
it's
do.
all about, though, like,
we
really
gotta address
who
that.
she
Women
knows
folk.
you are.
Women folk. Did I say it again?
No. I'm addressing them now. Now,
right,
hey,
man.
buy the feature anyway. Damn, it's niggas talking to themselves in your inbox. Why would you deny business with somebody just because, you know what I'm saying, you can't go to a certain point? I'm not saying it happens all the time. I'm not saying it happens often. Yeah. I'm just saying when it happens.
Do you know how many people have hit me up talking about, let's do a song? And the second we start talking about money, I'll be like, all right, like that, like I charge you.
But I feel like that's everybody. That's all the
I have had multiple people be like, well, can I listen to your music? Motherfucker, you hit me up for the feature. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking
They say I want
about?
the studio time,
Like,
but not to make a song.
literally, like, it's just like, what are you talking about?
What we saying?
Like, people, like, I've had it happen multiple times.
That's weird.
Nah.
It's very
But
strange.
that's facts, though. I mean, a lot of women go
weird.
through that, though. Like, for real. Like, dudes be on demon time. It don't matter. That's just how they are. You know what I'm saying? That's how we are.
And I feel like that be the
generalizing.
projection behind like the jealous. I feel like the most jealous dudes be the ones on the most demon time.
Yes.
Because it be like
they know how they move.
You be projecting this shit like when I say you, I mean the motherfuckers on demon time.
Yeah.
They would be projecting the shit they would do on their significant other.
That's right.
So it's just like that hug might not even have been as long, but they know had they hugged somebody as long.
Yeah,
that's one of their old bodies.
I think it's equal rights.
That's
I yell this all the time.
You can't have male friends because if they have female friends or women folk friends, then
if it's a
you
problem
know.
when you do it, it better be a problem when I do it. And we ain't making no songs out this mug. You know what I mean?
It's a problem.
For real.
Damn right, it's a problem when you do it because you the one doing
Especially if you get mad at me for being mad at you for something that you wouldn't let me do.
it. Yeah.
How the hell you gonna get mad at me for drinking, like you said, but then you gonna go drink?
Yup.
That doesn't make sense. You can't do that. That don't even make it doesn't make sense in any compromising way.
Yeah, that's why I said that. I said that Drake line because it was like I know them type of hugs. Like he was
projecting.
projecting. We don't even
Nigga,
know
that
if she
was
was doing
3
wrong.
seconds. I saw that.
We don't even know if like she was doing wrong. He was
Show
just
her
saying
the
I know
time
them type of hugs. How did he know? Because he was doing that same shit. It's all projection. Like she could have been doing wrong. He could have been insecure because he was doing wrong. It's all gray and it's black and white as I like to make it, but it's just like that is a murky ass area as far as like you just got to deal with what you come with.
What makes it even more weird though is you acknowledge it, but then the girl make you seem like you insecure. So now you like, is this bitch playing? Like, am I actually insecure, right?
From my
Or
experience,
am I? You know what I mean?
If she gaslighting, she probably in the wrong. But if she
But
really,
how would you
but
know?
if she really
Women are
defending
good,
herself,
bro.
Women,
It's
yeah.
so good.
Women folk.
Like she said with the
Well,
grin.
it depends.
With the grin.
It depends. I don't feel like I have gaslit
grin.
because genuinely, I've never cheated on nobody.
right?
Ever in my
Sometimes-
life.
sometimes we
I've
projecting,
never
sometimes
cheated
they
on
ain't
nobody
shit.
ever. No, swear to God. On my son,
Facts.
I've never cheated on anybody in my life. I leave motherfuckers.
Yeah.
When I want to deal with somebody else, I leave and I
You
go
say you
deal
was
with
a
somebody
different
else.
type of women folk in the beginning.
Yeah.
So
Well, I was
I like how women
angry.
folk catching on. I appreciate that.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I was
That's love,
angry.
that's love.
Like I was like I would like pop off real quick. I would disrespect the mug real
Yeah,
quick. Like
facts.
shit like that. You know what I mean? And I definitely have done like a get back, like been on a break with a motherfucker after he cheated on me mad times and tried to go
Ooh,
fuck with
that-
somebody
that
to make
break,
myself
that-
feel
that
better.
B word.
And it didn't make me feel better, so I just never did no shit like that again. But it was, you know what I mean? I forgot where the fuck I was going with all this shit again, bro. I'm fucking.
I feel
Bruh.
it. Nah, but
If you bro, never break when you're in love. Just break up. Never take a break if you got
Yeah,
extra
no,
feelings.
it
Only take
doesn't
breaks
work.
with motherfuckers you kind of like cordial with. Like take breaks with your sneaky links, not your significant others. You
Is
take
it
a
possible to take
Nah,
a break? Is
Straight
it
up,
possible to
straight
take?
up, break up.
But isn't it possible to take a break,
distant
right?
from your significant others? Take a break from your sneaky links because you're not gonna give a fuck. You
But
don't give
isn't
a
it
fuck.
possible to take a break with boundaries?
What you mean?
nah, you can't take
It
You can't
is.
take a break with boundaries.
Why
The
would you
boundaries
take
is
it?
the boundary is
You
distance.
breaking.
What if
You
the break
breaking.
is? What if the break is so that you can get time to get your thought process together?
You know what
I
mean?
feel like
but that-
if you
is that
want to
fair,
get your thought process together,
But if you're
and
both
she
doing it,
going
you
and
need to
getting
break.
dick down or some shit, or you going and getting some pussy and shit, then it's not what you think it is.
Yeah,
That's
so
what
the
I'm saying.
person.
If
But what if
that's
the
where
boundary
you
is-
go on your break,
Yeah.
it's not what you
But the
think.
person that want to set that break, like you don't get the,
You already
you don't
know
get
it.
to
You
say,
already know
hey,
what time they
I'm
on,
setting
bro.
this break, but this is a boundary. You can't set
It's a
no
nigga
breaks.
sitting at the scoreboard right
Yeah.
now, taking a knee, waiting for the goddamn.
I mean,
like,
What if you? So if
Like,
you the
right.
one, so let's say the other person's like, we need to take a break, and I'm like, well, shit, we can take a break, but
hey, okay,
it better be
That's all.
dogs.
Take a
You
break
know what
from
I
your
mean?
sneaky
Like
link,
you
not
go on
your baby.
vacation, but it better be with your mama, nigga. Like you better, you know what I mean?
I get it.
Like,
Yeah, I get
you know what I'm saying? I'm going to take a vacation. I'm going to my cousin's house. I'm
because
chilling.
what the fuck
You
test
know
the
what I
waters
mean?
mean? Like,
Yeah,
you
that's
know what, you know,
that's what I'm saying. 'Cause, I mean, I
That's
do.
the one
I'm a
that's
big
crazy.
believer in
hashtag
if
what
it's
the fuck
done,
test
it's
the
done.
waters mean?
If you at the let's take a break level, especially if you've been together y'all living together. Nah, it don't need to be on that. Or even if y'all ain't living together, y'all been together more than a year. Nah, bro. If it's on that serious, if you taking a break, that's the same thing as breaking up. It's not no.
Yeah.
We gonna end this here. If we get down together, down the road, we can. I agree with that. I'm just saying for some people who can have those boundaries, like it literally is okay. There's something mentally going on with me.
Oh yeah, I'm
Maybe
only
it's
speaking on the main
communication,
skew.
and I do want to get away from you so I can get myself better. You know what I mean? And I need to figure it out.
Well,
It's not on
what is
that.
it about that person that you feel like you need to get away from?
Oh
in
no,
order
we
to
got.
get
they
Okay.
got-
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I feel like it's
About
really
commercial
based
breaks.
on. You know what I mean?
It's so hard.
Like,
Yeah.
is this person contributing to you not feeling better, or you ain't going through like did something crazy?
What if you don't
just
know what it
happen?
is?
Like,
what if it's some trauma you
Yeah.
don't know, and you
You
need
gotta
to get
figure
some
it out for
time
yourself.
to
but
get
it's
some therapist.
still like a
But it-
communication kind of thing that you
Nah,
kind
break
of
up.
owe the
If you
person.
need to talk,
that
if you need
in
to
a-
talk to a
in a-
professional, break up because that's you time. Like you need to break.
You
away.
will have to.
You need to break away from everybody.
You would have to.
No cap. Like yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's hard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's,
break- yeah,
that's
yeah.
a tough.
But it's
If
just
you
like
feel
yeah.
like it's that severe that you have to take a break because it's low key unfair to hold somebody like
That's why I don't fuck with
on, like, a
codependency.
string.
Like yo, I don't care how
All
strong.
right, so what if you want to take a break
Set a
though?
cup of Hennessy.
Take
But-
it. I don't fuck
no,
with codependency.
Oh, I said,
What if you take
got
a
cup-
break?
cup
we
of
got
Hennessy.
Hennessy, we got cups right there. If you
Look.
like something,
I
like,
told them to
Alright,
take a
so
cup if they wanted some together.
What if you want to take a break, but you genuinely just want to go and talk and go do what's name, right? You know in your head, at least you think in your head you're not gonna do it. But now, instead of telling him, hey, can I get a break so I can go do this? Because you don't want to do that because then you think the relationship gonna be over.
It is.
But then you distance
don't
yourself
tell me
from
why
that
you
person.
taking no break. I swear
Not
to
letting
God.
him know
I
because
swear
now
to
this is the only way to do it. You know what I'm
As
saying?
soon as you step
Or let
across
her
that
know.
bridge,
you
it's going up in
communicate with
flames,
that
like-
person first, though.
But again, if you're
Like,
if
let's-
you're dealing on the communication, you know what I'm saying, and you don't know how to do it yet, that's
Then
where
you
it's
can't
the
really
what's
be
name.
upset with how that person takes
So
it
yeah,
if you
Tyrone
don't know
just
how
got
to
out of
speak on
jail.
it.
So I think we
Because
should
let's
take a little
say
break.
even if you
Like,
was
what the fuck
like,
is that? I'm
You know what I mean? I'm trying to go get help. I'm
Oh,
going
yeah,
to
so,
go
okay,
get
so
therapy for
that
whatever.
that's a legit break.
That's something you should like
But
speak
break up,
on.
though, like,
But
just
if you
break
just
up.
dip the fuck out and then you get upset with her, let's say for moving on and trying to do whatever during that time because she's not understanding your mindset and you didn't put that out there in the universe, you know what I mean? To be able to be like observed and understood, you can't really be upset with how she take that.
So hashtag no breaks, just break up.
Unless you're
I mean,
dead
a break
ass
is a
really
breakup.
trying to help yourself.
I think a break is a breakup.
And you
Yeah.
communicate
I don't
that.
think it's fair to
either
set
way,
boundaries
it's
on that
hard,
break
though.
though. Like you can't tell somebody what they can and can't do if you decide to take a break from them.
Yes.
Like I
So
don't.
you feel
With-
like you
especially
did it,
without
you did the same
explanation.
thing?
From
What
my
do you mean?
experience,
If
like
you the one who want to take a break.
the best.
You
Yeah.
feel like
So
you know what
if I'm like, okay, I want to take a break.
No.
What do you mean?
I'm not talking about you tired of this girl. I'm saying that you have something, you're dealing with something emotionally inside that you need to get away.
Right.
You're not going to cheat. You're not, you know
Right.
for a fact you're not
Right.
going to.
So I'm
so
gonna
you
find
don't
myself.
think it's fair to say, okay, well,
But it's
can
not
we
cheating,
make a
y'all on
boundary?
break.
Yeah, that's
It's
what
not
I'm
cheating.
saying.
It's no
So
such
could
thing.
you say, you know what I'm saying? Because be real, if another nigga dicking your girl, you don't really want to be with that girl. That's just, I mean, that's a fact.
That's a lie. If you toxic.
Well, that's how I am. I feel that way 100%. If this is my
Hold on,
girl,
bro, that ain't toxic. No.
if I'm
just
sorry,
lie.
but if you
That's
cool with
true,
another
though.
nigga dicking your girl, that's weird. That is mad weird. You know
I mean,
what I mean?
It's different. It's different
Some-
between wanting it and then dealing with it, and then like just kind of
Yeah,
like just taking that blow to the chin, like you know what I'm saying, like fuck, like damn, like you
I'm
know.
different. I guess I'm a toxic.
She called.
nigga.
No,
That's
you're right.
not
Like,
happening. I ain't
a
with
lot
that
of
girl
times, like
no
when that
more.
shit,
That's
it's
No,
just
no,
not
no, no.
enough.
I'm saying
But in that case,
toxic
just break
will,
up. Just break up.
will take that girl back. Or will try to like. You
Oh
know
no,
what I mean?
I
Like,
ain't taking that. Nah, that's done.
My style said hashtag a break is a breakup, which is true.
Yeah.
It's just like
A
technically
break
it's
is a
not
breakup.
cheating, but it's
Nah.
just like.
I feel that. I
I
feel
don't
that.
know. I mean,
But you would think it's like studying abroad. It's just like
I mean, you
you're
go-
out the country, but you're still under like the guise of the original education system. But you still, you know what I'm saying? But you still like.
Then
I
that means
feel
you're still in a
like
relationship.
You are
then.
confused on the.
So it's just like you dealing with yourself, but you're still committed to somebody.
well, it's just strange because
I'm saying I feel like if you the one who is confused on if you should break up, do the breakup or have a break, then you're at the breakup point in the first place.
Yeah.
And you just that dude confused, or if you try to put stipulations on the break,
Yeah.
then you just need to
go ahead and-
But I
Figure
think
it-
it's
figure out
really
what's
though about being adults for real. It's like
it's hard nowadays.
you should
really
be.
have-
It
rarely
is
have 'em.
so hard now, but it's
You
like it
rarely
should
find
be.
Yeah.
You be able to sit down with somebody and be like, look. I don't want to break up with you,
Yeah.
but I'm feeling some type of way, and I feel like I might want to end up wanting to break up with you, and I don't want to do that. So I want to tell you how I feel right now, whatever. And it shouldn't be a problem, but what it is, it ends up being turned into like, oh well, if that's how you feel, then just leave me. Then just go ahead and whatever. You know, and then it turns into this whole thing, and then it not like nothing ever really gets properly solved, and then motherfuckers is just leaving each other and fucking missing each other and going off and fucking everybody and their mother because now they don't
Till
care
they
about
come back.
nobody
Yeah,
anymore
yeah.
because they've left the motherfucker that they really cared about and they couldn't. You know what I mean? And then it turns into this whole fucking thing. So I think
Cycle.
I think
But
it
see, that's
really
why I was
like.
saying don't have the what's name. Try to set a boundary, see if that's to do it, and then you go take your what's name. You know what I mean?
But it's never
Is
gonna
that
be
not-
fair to the other
I mean,
person if you set.
Yeah,
the
it is if
boundary.
y'all both are willing to. If you love this person enough to be willing to where I understand you need this, and if there's some way that you can, you know what I'm saying.
See this way, if you love this person enough, break up.
Say it
Because
again?
anything they do on their break is never gonna be good enough. Like they might as well just stay with you and deal with you through your bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Or you just break off. Just
Some
break
stuff
think
is
it's
hard to
situational.
deal with some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some stuff you have to. Let's say your girl a crackhead, right? Let's say she started doing crack for real, like, and she slowly got on crack.
Snowfall.
Y'all be
Not,
easy.
you know what I'm saying?
Snowfall.
You never realized it, but I mean, she geeking, but you just think she happy or something.
Yeah.
And it turns out she's addicted, right? And now you're like, I love this girl to death.
Shout
I
out
don't
that
want to
show
take a
on
break.
TBS.
I need her to go to rehab. You know what I mean? Are you gonna break up with her, or are you gonna be like, you know what? If I love her enough, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
It all depends.
Because if you're asking yourself, okay, well, she's in what's name? Do I love her enough? Because that's not okay, well, I know I love her enough. That's something you actually have to think about. You know what I mean? She a crackhead. I mean, the reality is that's what it is. Do
know a
I
crackhead
love
when I see
her
a
enough
crackhead.
to do that? I mean, in some cases, it's hard to just be like, I'm gonna question if I love her or not. I'm not doing it. But the reality is, if you're in a relationship for a certain amount of time,
and then
that gets to a
something
point.
just
You like,
changes.
am I willing? Do I love this
put up
person
with this
enough
stuff?
to
Yeah.
go to this extent to do blah 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 blah?
Yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think it's situational.
Bob
It's-
Marley-
It's,
I mean, it's
it's
hard,
totally
though. It's
situational.
so hard,
It's completely
bro.
situational.
But a lot of these
said,
relationships
you know what I'm
now
saying,
are
just-
childish, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you have 30, 40-year-olds.
Social
acting like
media
they
got
like-
people convinced
absolutely.
that they have options out the ass.
No, that's
that
fact.
the next is better than the last.
Fact.
That you're always gonna have, whatever.
Get that ass. I heard that, Ramen. I heard it.
Cause they on their task.
You know what I mean? But it's just like one of them things where it's just like, yeah, like social media got you motherfuckers convinced that the motherfuckers that are like goals are like they're really unhappy behind
No,
closed
that's right.
doors.
Yeah.
So
Like,
you
they really-
you trying to imitate what they doing and you
Yes.
tearing your relationship
Yep.
down, thinking
And
you doing
they
it better.
hate each other.
Yeah, facts. For
So
sure.
it's like you need to stop comparing yourselves to other people. It's
Nah,
really
facts.
what needs to happen. And I love that they took the fucking verification check away, bro. Because it's one of those things.
What they did?
Now
man, working
the
to get that
verification
motherfucking
check,
check, boy.
bro. The verification check now. All you gotta do is show them your fucking ID and show them that you are who you say you are. And now you get a verification check for being who you say who you are. And that's what it is. And I love that.
I think social media. That's another. Oh my god.
Because
that's
so many
social
people who are
media
famous on
is
social
the
media
root
are
of
full of
all
shit.
evil in this generation. It don't matter how old or young you are. You'll see a 90-year-old woman on Facebook twerking. Like, cause she trying to be cool. I mean, it just reality is there's so much.
Bro, I'm scared of your
My
internet.
ear,
Bro.
nigga.
Yeah, it's so much crazy
It went
stuff,
from
bro.
ass to the up to the woman crackhead to the
And the
to
Kumars.
Oh, y'all ain't-
Kumars on the feet.
Y'all ain't see that lady with the old lady?
Oh,
with
bro, the titty ass. You ain't see
Yeah.
the titty ass.
The bunny flapping.
Oh, matter of fact, she was in the grocery store.
Yeah, bro.
No,
The dress
I
on.
didn't see it.
Bruh, straight titties on.
Is
there,
that butterfly? Is it butterfly?
Oh wait, I did.
Yeah.
I did. Yes, I did. I did.
She said, "Fool, put them back here."
Yes. That shit looked like a whole wishbone out that
But
bitch.
nah, for real though,
Yeah.
I emulate people that you don't know is toxic in itself.
Yeah.
Saying that you love somebody that you don't know is toxic in itself. Saying that you can relate to a person that you don't genuinely know is toxic in itself. How can you say, you know what? I'm a young boyfriend. I love him to death. I'm gonna imitate him. I'm gonna do what he do. Okay, he's rich and successful, right? He's doing what he got to do. He's making ends meet. You're imitating what you seeing him doing. Now you ain't got no job. You ain't got this. You ain't blah 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 blah. How the hell are y'all doing the same thing and one of y'all going the opposite way?
But really, what people don't understand too, though, is how much work and
took-
dedication
Exactly.
and money and all of that shit that it takes to make that look for everybody and all of that
Facts.
stuff, and people are not willing to
That's
do
facts.
those
But
things.
social media is that's the algorithm.
Yes, I
We
guess
have to play it off
Who
like it's
pushing
cool and it's easy. So you go and keep following me, or you go and keep listening to me.
You
and
going broke
keep
trying to look
supporting
like
me.
them, and they
Yeah.
rented everything that they
Yeah.
got on
That's
for
why we
2
need-
days,
we
and
need-
now you broke trying to look like them.
Facts. We need social media platforms like what we got. Who being real? You know what I'm saying? It ain't all easy. It ain't all pretty. We all out here hustling. We grinding, and we learning just like the next person. We ain't trying to say, "Oh, our life is amazing," blah blah. And if it is, you better be glad, nigga. It really is. If I say my life is amazing, it's amazing. If it's not, you know what I'm saying? We all human. You know what I'm saying? We gonna show the real side, and we'll let the other people do their side. You know what I'm saying?
That part.
Don't imitate people that you don't really know, man. I don't care if you could watch them every day of the week. Don't do it, bro. Be yourself.
All right. So I'm gonna say a couple things. You know, as
Yeah,
a host, you know what I'm saying. We
Yeah.
guess. Well, we have guests. We're guests on y'all. On you know what I'm saying. Shout out to Male Perspective. But I be
Yes,
trying to
yeah,
let y'all
yeah.
talk
No,
before I say something. Just try to get all the thoughts out there.
Yeah.
There's a Bob Marley quote. I'm gonna just paraphrase it. He was like, "Everybody's gonna hurt you. It just really depends on who's worth suffering for."
Yeah.
So goddamn. With every situation that's been brought up, the crackhead, the motherfucker telling all her homegirls, because ain't no way she told her homeboys that. Ain't no way she told his homeboys that he sleep with his ass too.
Bro, that means she
Right.
trying
That
to fuck his
would be
homeboy.
super.
That's wild.
Yeah.
But it's just like it all depends on like who's worth going through that shit for. Because it's like I feel like everybody here, we grown, we've all been in situations where we look back on it. We might even be in situations now, just like, bro, had it been anybody else doing less than what the fuck
What it took.
was going on, I would have been miles away.
Yeah.
facts.
But this particular person was really worth suffering for because the thorns were worth the center of the rose. The juice was worth the squeeze. However many analogies niggas need. You know what I'm saying? You know I'm part rapper or whatever. But goddamn, so like yeah, it just all depends on like what you willing to go through for that particular person and type shit. Back in the comments, this nigga Monster said 90 and twerking. That's that shit was
crazy.
That shit was hilarious. And there was one more.
In the edit.
There was one more thing I was gonna say. Big shout out to Deuce Tyrell. I think I said that more than
Did it have
once.
something to do about the communication part?
Jealous
part? The girl hugging a nigga for 3.2 seconds. That's all.
Oh yeah, that was all. Yeah, I already said that.
Okay,
that was
man,
all
I was making
insecurity.
sure.
Yeah, that was all insecurity and projection. It's just like because, like I said, usually the most insecure ones are the ones that doing the most dirt, and it's all projection. Like
Always.
that might be that was definitely.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I think like dealing with like cheating ass people made me realize how weird like people be on because like I'm never worried about certain things because like.
And that's what it means when you always gonna be a cheater is always a cheater. Even though you don't cheat no more.
A cheater will teach you the ways that the other side of the world works.
And it's like even if you're a reformed
Wait, what do you mean by cheater is always a
cheater? Not always.
You always gonna have that cheating state of mind because you always gonna project what you would do in this situation if you were still doing dirt.
Explanation.
You always gonna project it on.
Well, then don't that make everybody a cheater? Cause be real.
No, because
if there's a dude who's over
genuine,
20 and he's never been in a relationship and looked at another woman and like you know what I'm saying lust about it, not actually doing it, but like thought about it. You know what I'm saying? Isn't that a form of cheating?
But I feel like
it's not.
No, not at all.
Because the reason I say isn't it a form is because you said that he's always gonna think about. What's name? Which you was what you were saying.
Think about whatever you want.
I'm speaking on people like that
acting on it that ends up
through
being
with the actual cheating, the ones that seen it from start to finish.
So if you cheat,
I've been niggas.
So
I'm saying like,
if you cheat, you saying you always gonna be a cheater,
right? Because you always gonna think about how you always gonna think about like that sneaky text.
Are you
always gonna think about like that, like
or wondering,
right? That leaving out at like 3 in the morning, that coming right
what
back.
What you really doing?
That showering as soon as you get
home. So you saying you always gonna have that cheat mindset? So that's gonna make you
right. If you've been cheated on a couple times, like I feel like you're more inclined to still give somebody the benefit of the doubt as opposed to the cheater that has seen the dark side.
I feel like it might be harder though. Honestly, if you get cheated on, I feel like that might be harder.
But you don't know. But you don't know the ins and outs of the dark side.
Because anything you do is gonna be like, oh, that nigga, he flicked that light switch a little too hard. Last time I saw a nigga flick that light switch, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, the last time he flipped it like that. I found out he slept with 4 bitches.
If you known to stab a motherfucker. Are you, as opposed to somebody that's then got stabbed a couple times?
Are you only worried about cheating in prison at that point?
Right, the stabber is more inclined to be on the edge when somebody grab a knife as opposed to somebody that's been stabbed. Like
that's backwards as hell.
No, I'm saying like you can stab like 5 or 6 people like. A motherfucker grab a knife, like, bro, because you know, like, well, hold on, bro, what the fuck you about to do? Because I know what the fuck I'm finna do.
The stabber's gonna be like, my stabby finger itching.
Like, you're like, bro, what you about to do? As opposed to, like, because, like, because when you a cheater.
So you saying the stabber is gonna be more.
The stabber gonna be more on edge because why the fuck did you grab that knife? I know what people that grab.
Then the person who got stabbed.
Like I'm people that grab knives.
Wait, then the person who got stabbed.
Right, because the person that got stabbed, they done met way more people that didn't stab them, as opposed to people that did stab them.
I got
you.
I don't know about that. But I understand your perspective about the stabber.
But when you actually get stabbed, that changes.
It might be. So
that's like
saying
like
a goddamn.
I shoot you.
A bad example.
I shoot you. Right.
Might be a bad example.
Now, all right, I shoot you.
The first one you had it, but then
so
the second one.
I ain't agree with the first. All right, I shoot you.
Bring Tequila.
So I shoot you.
Had a better example.
Right.
Tequila did it.
I shoot you.
That was a
and then you saying
Luna
every time a nigga grab a gun,
put the
every
shot.
time I see a nigga with a gun, I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Versus I got shot. Even if I don't see a nigga with a gun, I'm thinking about a nigga with a gun.
All right, bet. You the bank robber.
All right.
A motherfucker walk in with a hoodie on. If you done robbed banks before, you think this nigga finna do this shit. But as opposed to you been in the bank when a motherfucker done robbed this shit before.
You always on edge, so whether you see a dude with a hoodie or not.
Robbery, as opposed to somebody done robbed the bank
the difference is PTSD. See, if you do it right, you not really tripping too much. Because 9 times out of 10, if you stab a nigga right or you rob a bank, well, you know you're going to do another one. You know what I mean? So if somebody come in, 9 times out of 10, if you in that bank, you doing it.
But you see somebody following your path, you like, hold on, they got it. They
if you got robbed, regardless of
I'm just saying like in the bank.
Like that's what I'm saying. Regardless of that, anybody who come in,
Everybody.
you gonna be like, oh shit, what the fuck? Who is he? You know what I'm saying? Who is this?
See me, like, if I feel like you on the edge of everybody that's
I think
gonna rob
y'all
the
niggas
bank,
is saying
I'm
the
gonna
same
start
thing.
thinking you robbed the bank.
Nah, I'm
Y'all-
saying, I
y'all
feel like,
saying-
If you in the bank, if I'm in the bank with you and you on edge with everybody that's gonna rob, like everybody
So,
that like come in with a hoodie,
he's
like
saying
what the
the
fuck they gonna do?
aggressor is
I
the
know,
one who
I
has
know,
PTSD.
but originally,
The most. I think
originally
it's the
he
person.
said. So originally he
Yeah.
said
the cheater.
the cheater, the person that cheats is always going to be a cheater because they have that
Hashtag, I think Richie
mindset
carries a
in
knife.
their head.
Settle down.
Hashtag facts.
Settle down.
Facts in the chat.
Settle
He
down.
understands the perspective
I
of
know,
his
ain't nobody saying that like that.
Tequilo. I mean, Train Kilo.
He got a hammer. He got a hammer.
Nah, but yeah, no. So at first I didn't agree with what you said about once a cheater, always a cheater. But
Yeah.
when you explained it a little further,
Like, yeah, you always gonna think
with
like that.
you always gonna think
But
that
you think
somebody
that would be
is
more on
cheating.
edge, though?
Say that?
She think if I cheat
Mhm.
on my girl,
Right.
right?
No, you always gonna be looking at the
All right, boom,
situation
boom, I got
like,
you.
okay,
I
she's
I know
cheating.
people
I got it,
have
I got
done
it, I got it,
stuff
I
like
got it, I
that
got it.
and been
You
like,
cheat
well,
on
I
your
can
girl,
cheat with
right?
anyone.
You
so.
do some funny shit whenever you get a message from the person you cheating with, right?
Yeah.
So you stop cheating. Your girl get
Oh
a
wait,
message.
she found out that you got cheated. You
No,
cheated, right?
not even. We're gonna say you got away scot free. Like, no problems.
Oh, well, did that change the whole scenario,
Hold
nigga?
on,
listen.
hold on. Let me cook. Let me
You
sign you
just
real
changed
quick.
the whole shit.
Not
That's
even.
the month.
Let me
Not
walk
really.
this
It's
shit
that
real quick.
mind, that
Right.
perspective.
So,
like,
boom. So, say you did some shit with your elbows. Like, say you bulged your elbows out whenever you was gonna do a message
when you
like
see
that,
her
right?
fold up,
So, boom. Say so say
I
your girl got a
already
message, right?
you said what?
This some random ass shit.
So
She
you-
done caught a little cramp on her back and she bowed her elbows out when she texting this person
I
back.
already agree.
Kill Bill music.
I agree.
Shit done went black and white. Like,
See,
you'd already
what
like.
is you
Oh,
doing?
all of a sudden you
Where
like,
I didn't agree
what?
was at first she was
The
like,
stabber.
if I cheat.
Oh yeah, all
nah,
the examples was
yeah,
bad.
he
All
was
the
like,
yeah,
Yeah, all
the
examples
He was
was
like, if I
tough.
cheat
Every
on a
last
girl,
example was trash.
and she found out I cheated, then
She
the
gonna
person
be
since
her
I
fault.
cheat,
Yeah.
then the person who actually did the cheating is gonna be
Her
always in their mind say, yeah, bitch. I feel like if you're a victim of something, you're always gonna have more of a PTSD or more of a what's name than the aggressor. You know
I
what
feel
I
like
mean?
you're gonna have a PTSD, but if you the aggressor, you're gonna be expecting people to do. You
and
how
I
you
think
feel.
you're gonna be expecting people to do it if you have not changed your life.
No,
Because
I-
you don't
no.
think so?
no,
Yeah, either.
no. I think
Really?
always. I think no
Always?
matter what, like, no
But
matter
what
what
if
you
you feel
see.
like you've like really changed how you
No,
are.
still.
yeah.
You
so,
would still worry
You
about
always
something.
going, you
Absolutely.
had
You
that
always gonna
mindset.
have
at
that
one point,
mindset,
saying,
like,
It's just,
what
it's just
the
gonna be a
fuck
little
are you
telltale
doing? Yeah.
some shit that you
Yeah.
would have done if you were doing some wild shit.
right.
She'll never fucking lotion her kneecaps like that.
Ah,
Last girl I saw lotion the side of her kneecap.
That's a crazy ass example, but it's
yeah,
like
you see what I'm saying?
it be those little
It
things.
is those
like,
little things. And she
I
can
didn't-
never be doing nothing but to you now. And now does that make it a problem though? Because you're trying to better yourself. And this is
can't,
one of those
because
traumas
you
that
fucked yourself
you've
up.
dealt yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that person willing to
It's
have
not
that?
her fault that
trauma?
you have that trauma,
Exactly.
but you know what
But
I'm
is
saying?
that a reason
That
to not?
kneecap
But
Is
that's-
that a reason to not
So
try to stick with it?
that's why I say trust but verify. So what we were saying before
Mhm.
with the little hug shit. Okay, I'm not gonna say nothing right then and there. Like, I'm gonna note that down,
Unless it's over
and I'm
3
gonna keep
seconds,
looking.
you gotta say something.
I'm gonna keep
That's
fucking
fair.
looking,
See,
and I'm gonna keep
I don't speak
searching
on
and
actions,
searching
I
and
speak on
searching.
patterns. Yeah, I don't
Right.
speak on actions. I speak on
Right.
shit that happens more than once. Like, whoa, you hugged this motherfucker for 8 seconds on April 23rd, May 1st, and July the 2nd. Like, y'all, bro, I don't know if y'all seen Why Did I Get Married too. I feel like I referenced the first movie, but it was just like when
One,
he
two,
said
and
like, bro, like some Tuesday night you made love to me like I was the only man in the world, and it turned out to be the same night where her and her coworker had went out to eat.
Oh.
Like, bro, and I've been in situations
And it was
before
guilt
where
sex.
where goddamn you ain't never got no and bro, it might be you might have seen this too, Alicia, but you ain't never got no like I got my mind on somebody else sex.
Yeah.
Like you ain't never got that before, like where they have been sexually motivated by somebody else, but
Yep.
they give their energy to you.
Oh, hell no, I can't do that.
Oh.
I know.
Like, but you didn't
I
peep it
wouldn't
at the
know,
time, but
but-
it's just like when in retrospect you was like, yo, you was crushing on this nigga when we was fucking crazy.
Like
that
she do
one
some
day.
crazy shit, like smack the fuck out you in the middle. Like
No,
what the
it was
fuck
just
you doing?
like
that
this
shit
shit
different. Why
this
you-
shit just happened so fast, and you was just like, bro, where did the fuck this shit come from? And then it
Like, you
turns
don't do
out
this
like, boom,
normally.
you been flirting with this nigga on the
Yeah.
job, and that's why we was fucking crazy that last Tuesday because she was motivated by somebody else.
I feel like feel like
vice versa. You
as
ain't
a
never went
man-
in and fuck with your
But
lady
listen,
when you've been watching somebody, like when
I
you've been
feel
like thinking
as
about
a
somebody
man,
else.
we reach.
Cause I've been niggas.
When
I've
we
been
have
niggas.
proof on something, we reach to levels that's not.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm just speaking on speculation. I'm just speaking on like.
Yeah.
I'm just speaking on like you know what I'm saying, circumstantial.
That's what I'm
evidence.
saying, but on speculation, just like you said though, like
Yeah.
for instance, you see a girl, you know what I mean? You February, you know what I'm saying? She hugged that nigga 3 seconds, and then at other
8
times
seconds.
3.2.
It was 8
Exactly. 8
It
seconds
was
was
the-
over with. It should have been over a million.
It was
You
the
know what I
right
mean?
side to side.
Ain't no way
You
not-
should have
not
hauled off.
the church hug.
Should have threw that Bud Light across the goddamn
No, you
room.
better hope he not taller than that too, cause he gonna do that.
That church hug and she ain't, you don't even go to church? Hell nah. Look, so you do that, right?
Mhm.
Now you like, okay, well, you're, as a person who already is building up evidence, you're gonna automatically be more suspicious to other shit. For instance, you're gonna reach.
What was that? Was the first time your ears
Yes,
perked up?
But
That's
even still,
true.
I'm saying, so look at
That's
this.
true.
This is why I say, all right, look. Let's say this is your girl talking, right? And this is you, right? You've been doing weird shit. She been keeping tabs on it, right? A week ago, right? You left. You went to work, right? You had to actually you went to go home. You ran out of gas. Had to go get gas and come back. You was home late, right? You didn't do nothing. But she been keeping evidence. You was with that girl for 8 seconds. You was doing this, blah 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 blah. Now she gonna be like,
Now you coming home
he was
late.
with that girl that week ago with what's her name? Ain't no way.
That goes back to my point that cheaters are gonna think that way
Mindset.
That's
first.
facts.
Because I have caught my
But
homeboy
in that-
shorty in some bullshit
Yeah.
when she was speculating on some shit that she would have done.
Mm.
She was got like, and this was like back in 2013. Bro, I
Uh-huh.
might even clip this shit out and send it to the hometown because niggas gonna know. Oh, you talking about so and so, and he was fucking with so and so. Yes,
Oh, shit.
I am.
Yes.
You should have
Bro,
paused it for a second.
like, for
man.
real.
Clip it out.
Like, oh damn.
Live now.
Yes, you know how you know 50% of these people.
I'm pretty
So
sure.
goddamn. So yeah. So she was really like speculating on what he could have been doing.
Yeah.
But not even 46 hours later, she got caught in some shit that she actually was doing, and she was really trying to project. That's why I always be looking at when
Well,
motherfuckers get caught cheating. Who are they
Look
checking?
at it from this
Yes.
aspect.
Yeah.
What if she thought he was cheating, so she went and cheated because she's like, this nigga ain't about to cheat
No,
on
she
me.
was
It's
waiting for
already
that.
over.
She was waiting for that. She
Oh,
was.
so you know that for a fact? She was doing that.
It was it was.
But back to
proven
my
back.
my thing, what's her name? The girl that I was talking about,
Mhm.
or in this case, it would have been your girl. You know what I'm saying? She never cheated. So she already thinking you cheated because she already speculated that she thinks you're cheating. She never cheated before,
Mm.
but because now she got these little evidence on little things you've been doing, now she reaching.
She
A
ain't
year
never cheated
ago,
before?
you know what I'm saying? A year ago, what
Did
you
I
come
cheat,
home,
though?
you
Did I cheat?
Huh?
Because I feel like in either
You
situation,
didn't cheat yet.
Yeah.
Nah, you didn't cheat. You just being that friendly person, all
She
right?
gotta go heal.
She gonna be like, look, 2 weeks ago, she gonna be like, why
She
did he
gotta go-
take 2 showers?
She gotta go
Why did he
heal.
come home, take a shower, and then sit in the bed, and then go take a shower again, and then go back out?
You know, D-Ray used to say,
Were
"Pimp
you
proof your house."
was he plotting on cheating him?
No, he wasn't at all. She just thought he was. So she's gonna think as
He's
if he
right,
already
man.
cheated.
He's right.
She gotta
there.
go heal.
Huh?
She gotta
He's
go talk.
right
She
there.
gotta go talk to the lady,
For real?
quote unquote.
But it's still that once a cheater, always a cheater mindset.
You're right.
So I
That
mean,
is
you
a
can't
that is a
ca-
broken
I-
mind because
yeah.
you can have been
If,
cheated
yeah,
on so many
if
times.
he's the one that cheated on
Yeah.
her before,
Yeah.
and she's questioning him like later because of how he moved before, then yes, like it's like a catch-22.
Mhm.
You can't move the way you used to move before and expect her to believe that you moving different.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
facts. I mean, it's
And
a
that's
hard one
another
either
way.
way.
Once
That's
a cheater, always a cheater. Especially if you stay in the relationship you cheated on.
yeah.
Like you're always gonna be guilty
Question.
until proven
Yep.
innocent because you were at one point innocent and you got proven guilty. So you're always gonna be guilty.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to continuously prove yourself innocent,
But see, that's my whole point.
which is okay
Of
because
the
you
scenario.
got caught cheating and you got taken back.
But if you do
At
it
any point in
right,
time, you
if
always
you
gonna
get
be-
But is it
taken
okay?
back and you do it right,
Is it okay?
Is it okay to be taken back?
No. You said but it's okay because you got caught cheating.
I mean,
So is
of
it
course
okay
she
for
need-
them
she
to
need to go-
continuously say,
I mean,
all right, you doing this, you
It
doing this,
depends on
you
how
doing this, you doing
continuous it is. Like because at some point since she's got cheating on, she really should go talk to a professional about,
How she feel.
like she
But
needs to
see
go
that-
unpack in
she
front
or
of
he.
somebody.
It's a
She
boundary
already-
issue. It's simple as this. I'm a firm believer. If I forgive you, I forgive you.
Right.
We can't work on something if you constantly bringing up something. You see what I'm saying? How the hell are we gonna
Move past
stop drinking and if every time you bring a tequila bottle out or you do this, you know what I mean? It's impossible. If I say
I
you
agree with
cheated,
that.
yeah,
I
if you
understand
cheated
that.
on
but
me
sometimes
and I say, you know what?
forgiveness is
No, I got it,
not
I got it,
cut
I got
and
it.
dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you gonna still get triggered by the shit you forgave.
But after
and
4 or
real
5 years, is it still the same
forgiveness-
thing?
real forgiveness is really understanding, like, okay, like, I'm gonna have some moments and whatever, like, you know, you could be triggered later on down the line by some dumb shit and be like, look, I know you're not doing nothing or whatever, but this made me think of this and whatever, and you should be able to, like, honestly speaking, if you have a person that is your person, you should be able to just divulge that shit.
Right.
It should be like, I know it's nothing, and you did this shit 5 years ago, but this made me think about this, and that. And you should be able to talk about it and just be like, I feel you, I understand where you're coming from, but that wasn't what I was doing, and I hear where you are, and whatever.
That shit was
And
rougher because as soon as I hear why you bringing up old shit, shut down.
It
Party
depends.
over.
See, I'm gonna bring,
It
but if
depends.
you-
I'm
if
gonna bring
the
up
one that
experiences
depends.
though. Every person I've known that happened to,
Mhm.
the girl isn't bringing up shit when it is, like I said, like to turn on the lights or shit that's triggering it. The girl's doing it to be spiteful. Like, let's say she did something wrong, and now you acknowledge it, and you're
she
like,
bring
well,
it
you
up.
cheated, so you're the cheater. I would never, you know what I'm saying?
I would
Or
never.
I wouldn't do this.
I do.
And you're using that as
As an
a
excuse.
get out card. You know what I mean?
Right.
A get out of jail card.
So look, so that's what it goes down to because we didn't got up to 98 minutes.
Damn.
I told you.
We're gonna
You gonna have to
no.
split that.
So-
Time be flying when you having fun.
So down before you forgive somebody,
Yeah.
what you need to do, and I want people to hear me when they say
See
this,
yourself.
Exactly.
you gotta
So,
forgive yourself
Yeah.
for forgiving that somebody
Yeah.
because you're really gonna resent yourself for forgiving somebody that hurt you.
Yes.
Like you're gonna hold that shit close to you because like why would you because that goes all the way back to that Bob Marley quote. You chose to suffer for this person, but you're a person, you're black and white, is really looking at you crazy.
Yeah.
Like how dare you forgive this person?
Yeah.
Like you wouldn't do this shit with nobody else. Like what type time is you on forgiving this person?
Yeah.
So like you kind of before you like really tell somebody you forgive them, come to terms with forgiving yourself.
Yeah.
For
Also,
forgiving
And
them.
being
I also
okay.
think that should go in
Yeah.
two ways though, because we said this on the podcast before. Now, all right, quick. So we said that if you forgive somebody, right,
Mhm.
just because this person cheated, don't mean that you need to treat him like shit while you're doing it. Because the reality is that both of y'all are saying, you know what, I really genuinely want to do it. The only reason I cheated was because I'm trying to get affection from you. You ain't been showing it. You know what I'm saying? I've been communicating with you. You trying to argue. This is what happened. You know what I'm saying? He ain't throwing it up. But in his head,
We gotta
if
bring
we
you back,
both
'cause that sound like an
if we both working, if we both say, you know what, we're gonna work on this, I think it should be respect on both ends. You gotta heal, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta also allow the person who cheated to heal. Because he gotta be like, damn, I gotta live with this. You know what I'm
Wait a
saying?
minute, the person who cheated to heal.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bro.
it's essentially
So
the
you
same
don't
thing
think
you were
so you
saying.
don't think if
Y'all
you
talking
did
about right
so
now.
listen.
No, it's essentially the same thing
and
that
a
you were saying.
stabby.
Yeah.
If you
We were just
Oh yeah,
talking
you're right.
about it.
Okay, I get
So,
what you're
yeah.
saying because like
have you ever
anytime
done
I-
something at school
Yeah,
when you get
anytime
home,
I
you
cheat.
know you better get an ass
Oh
whooping?
no! I'm gonna go ahead and be grown about it. Like I have cheated and left from where I cheated from and hated myself.
Yeah,
for
you gotta
cheating.
heal, especially if you want to work.
Because
you
I
gotta
was
be like,
acting in from a primal
What am-
instinct,
what am
and
I
then
gonna
like
do?
once I got my intellect back about myself, I was just like, why would I do this shit? Like
Yeah.
that? So it's like I get it.
So you
I-
gotta heal, you gotta recoup, you gotta figure out why you did it so you don't do it again. You gotta know what your triggers is, you gotta be better at communicating. That's all part of the healing process, and I think it should be respect on both ends. If y'all decide that y'all want to work it out.
Yeah.
Stop working shit out for kids, bro.
Yeah, don't
I'm
do
sorry.
that.
Stop doing it because your mama like this nigga. Stop doing it because your daddy don't do that. If you're doing it, it's generally because y'all two. Forget the kids, all respect. You know what I'm saying? Forget the parents, forget the friends, forget what people gonna think about you. It's for y'all. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna take time, but do it for y'all. Stop doing it for other people. That's
why-
all I gotta say.
No, that's real shit.
I
And that's
believe
why I
that,
take
yeah.
talking to a professional,
For
somebody
real.
that's like literally on the outside looking in because
Yeah.
they not finna think
That's
about
facts.
your kids.
And I do
They
believe
they not finna
that
think
some
about the
cheaters
fact like your
hate
mama like this
themselves
nigga
for
like
cheating.
Yeah.
they finna.
But I did
They
this
finna
wrong.
like
Yeah.
yeah because it's like those are
Like-
the people those are the people with morals. I'm not saying what they did was wrong, but understand that they
What they did
also
was right,
know
yeah.
what the fuck was. They also know how wrong it
Right
was.
from
So
wrong.
give
Yeah,
them
that's
time
facts.
because they put scars upon themselves. Like bro, they can't even.
They
You know what I'm saying?
gotta
They
deal
can't
with
even
this,
trust
though.
themselves around people.
Yeah,
Now
that's
they don't
facts.
even know how to act. I'm not giving them like a pass or nothing.
Yeah,
I'm just saying like they're holding themselves way
We been
more
real.
accountable. Right, way more accountable than
Yeah.
you ever could.
We're not one
Type
sided.
shit.
We gonna keep it 100%.
So it's just
real.
like if
That's
you
facts.
gon' like because he already killed the horse. If you gonna beat the horse
Stabbed
they
it.
killed, if you gonna beat the horse they already killed, then it's just leave them like because they already got a dead
Nah,
horse
that's
to deal
facts.
with.
That's 100%
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? Like there's no
Yeah.
point in beating a dead horse. They've already killed that horse. If
If
gonna
you
beat
honestly don't think you
Right.
can work through it, stop.
Yeah.
It's that hashtag. If you think about breaking, taking a break, just break up.
Yeah, bro. Hashtag whatever that is. But goddamn, this has been another episode of not only That's Law, but the male perspective.
Yeah,
and to be honest, we talked about some real shit.
Dude,
but we only got through one item in the docket. That is very That's Law. But we talked about some real shit, so we're definitely gonna have them back. Like this was, bro. We haven't had this type of discussion in a while. Like, you know what I'm saying? You usually just be like whatever like is going on like within the blogs or whatever and shit. But it's just like this shit was real. Like this shit, like y'all came with them questions, bro. Like they ain't had nothing. It was like we just gonna.
We really did.
Right, we just gonna what y'all gonna do it. But it's just like, bro, about 45 minutes in. But at the same time, cause this one we was thinking about Thursday at 2:17.
I can't sit around drinking and talking to these motherfuckers. I'm gonna debate all
that
night.
3-second hug, boy. That's what I tell you.
I think I'm gonna change it up. We're gonna do it a little different. I'm gonna end it on me, then I'm gonna Wizard Kelly and turn this shit off.
Hey.
So we're gonna go to the corner. They go, you know what I'm saying, tell them where they can be followed at. Then we'll end with me type shit.
Again, first off, appreciate y'all for having us.
Bro, y'all definitely coming back. Like, yo,
follow us. First off, if y'all haven't seen the podcast, we're gonna put the link in it below. Listen, bro, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. All of that is all the Male Perspective Show. Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. This was fun, bro.
I ain't get to talk that much. This guy talked the whole fucking time.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Anyway, nah. Hey, y'all know how podcasts are. So yeah, sometimes some people more passionate than others.
Yeah, facts.
I'm weak.
Nah, bro. It's about like 5 separate times I wanted to ask, like, bro, who got you?
Yeah.
Who did it? Who was it?
Yes.
Who was it?
So everybody
I tag him right now and say they ain't shit.
Everybody thinks that I'm talking about my situation. I be thinking about everything. I try to get everybody point of views out.
That nigga is Captain Planet, bro. That nigga
for real.
He like the master, like putting himself in other
saw that nigga
people's
the other day at McDonald's, bro. His girl did.
It's gonna take 5 rings to make this nigga. This nigga is Voltron, bro.
Hey, but remember, once a cheater, always a cheater.
No cap.
Maybe not physically, but mentally.
Yeah, that mindset.
That's our little wrap up. Like he said, follow us on the Male Perspective Show.
We got some laws
Facebook,
in though. Not a lot of docket
YouTube,
work.
Snapchat, everywhere you want to go. Make sure y'all follow them. They gonna shout their stuff out.
Oh yeah, of course.
Hashtag no breaks, just break up.
The Male Perspective. Y'all got y'all IGs, right?
It's all the Male Perspective Show.
Everything. Just go find the Male Perspective Show.
Right.
That also, I feel like I held my damn ground tonight, being the only woman folk
Yeah, you did it.
on this motherfucker. You feel me?
Woman folk.
My name is Alicia Marie. You can follow me. I am Alicia Marie Official. Gang. Follow me. I am .amarie 3 E's on TikTok because I got hella followers. I'm mad funny.
It's 3 E's?
3 E's.
I fucked it up again?
Bro, no, but that was for
7
TikTok.
E's.
For TikTok. That was for TikTok.
Okay, it was TikTok.
I am Alicia Marie Official.
Bro, I gotta go back to the
for
commercial
Instagram.
file.
But you
Hey,
know.
that part. So look, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It all started with an orange basketball. I'm just fucking hey, Male Perspective, That's Law. Make sure y'all follow me at Rich Nelson 2K, bro. This shit has been a vibe. I'm really mad Ari won't here.
Shout out Ari.
Big shouts to Ari, bro. She doing the test right now. That's why she had to sit this week out. But yeah,
she would have been here tonight, but she had an exam.
2 females.
Hey, we're gonna, bro. We're gonna.
Sounded terrible.
Women folk.
2 females.
We gotta say
2
women
females.
folk. That's my last Wizard Kelly. Women folk. Hey, yo, we out. It's been That's Law. It's been the Male Perspective. Y'all gonna, but the Male Perspective, we're gonna hang out a little bit. We finna stop.
Yeah, that ass.
But goddamn, I mean, it's not that long. This long enough for them to go around the corner and turn it off.
We leave it to y'all.
We all out.